Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Friday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we've navigated our way here to a Friday. High school football getting underway tonight. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you too, Beam. Sorry, I'm just crafting an email.
Crafting, figuring things out.
No, I'm not figuring anything out. I'm just talking about the needless correspondence that we get through meetings and emails that tell us things that we don't need to know. But there is a noticeable change to our studio, and just saying, hey, maybe a heads up on that would have been something that would have been different.
Would have been nice. How was your Thursday, man? All right?
Yeah, pretty good, Beam. Pretty good. A little thirsty Thursday. What did we have yesterday? We had, went to see my daughter's tennis match. Watched her play pretty well. Got a win there.
Nice.
And then I watched.
What do you play? Best of three sets?
Yeah, best of three.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's playing singles this year. So yeah, she got the win there, 6-1, 6-0. And
nice.
yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Went directly from that to Coach Collins football. Little practice, little scrimmage at the end. So that felt pretty good. First game coming up this week for 5-6. So that's great. And then what did I do before that? I went to Lowe's, shot the show with Schleg, shot our YouTube show with Schlegs, the Bobby Carpenter Daily, got a little lift in. Yeah, I feel like I accomplished some stuff yesterday.
Good.
Got some things done, GSD day. So that was a big win.
It's terrific to hear. Had a pretty solid little Thursday, too. Didn't really do a whole lot. Recorded a podcast with Bone, talking about the Leagues Cup. By the way, so you asked me yesterday, and I did some research on the Leagues Cup, what all this means and what the prize money is. So the only thing I could find out about the Leagues Cup is that getting in, just accepting an invitation into the tournament, which every MLS team and Liga MX team gets, you get $100,000. You get $50,000 for every subsequent win. And then I looked at last year, Miami ended up winning Leagues Cup, Bob. They got $2 million, and then the runner-up gets $1 million. So it's not quite the 50 banger that you get from the Champions Cup.
Nothing.
But if you do win, I don't know exactly what it is for this year.
Do the players get paid more to play doing this?
I know that they get.
You have your salary to play.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
And then you're playing these extra games and these extra tournaments, and if you win, you're playing more. So I'd have to imagine you're getting some per game allotment.
Yes, I would.
If so, what's the incentive for you to win?
Yeah, I would have to think that they get paid more to play.
Don't ever assume. Don't ever assume, Beam.
You're right about that. I mean, they do get paid weekly, so I don't know how all that works. But I did some research yesterday, so I thought you'd be proud of me. Recorded the podcast, got out of here. My stepmom was down a little bit yesterday, hanging out with William right after the show, so it was good to see her. Had a busy day today, man. Going back to Dayton last weekend, hurrah. Having a couple of cookouts tomorrow, hanging out with some friends and family before football season is on us here coming up next weekend. So all kinds of good stuff going on here. Had a pretty solid little Thursday. Beautiful weather that we're having here in Central Ohio. They do call us the San Diego of the Midwest for a reason, and I feel like yesterday exemplified that very reason. Ryan Day had availability yesterday. You're going to hear from him coming up here in our next segment. Play-by-play man of your Columbus Crew, Chris Doran. He's going to join the program. Crew hosting, not hosting, but playing in a third Cup final for the third time in the last calendar year. So we're going to check in with Chris Doran coming up here at 6:35, and then coming up 7:35, Austin Ward. He joins the program. 8:35, AJ Hawkey will round us out, and he is on his way to Ireland. So we're going to check in with AJ coming up here at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Friday, the 23rd day of August, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bobo. Big Friday, buddy. Last non-football Friday. Technically, we do have high school football, but last non-football Friday of the year for the Buckeyes. What's going on, man? What do you got for us today?
Oh, goodness. We got ourselves, Beam, a nice Friday, August 23rd. How about that? I believe this is the third Friday of the month, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
Actually, it's the fourth, sir. I apologize because Thursday was the first, so it's the fourth Friday of the month. 236th day of the year, 130 days remaining, Beam. 1 month from now, we will be inside, and 100 days remaining in this year. This date, 1305. William Wallace is executed for high treason by Edward I.
Oh, no.
We played some audio from him about a month ago. He was captured in Scotland and then transported to London, where he was executed. His arms and legs were sent to the four corners of England. His head was set on London Bridge as a warning.
Was that would that have been at the Tower of London at the time?
I think on London Bridge.
Oh, really? Okay.
Set it on London Bridge.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, everybody could see it.
They also deboweled him.
Yeah, of course, live.
Ugh.
See how that feels. Look
Folks
up how
cheered.
that feels.
Yeah, folks stood in the square and
That
cheered.
was entertainment back in the day,
He was
Shark.
public enemy number one to them.
This date, 1775, King George delivers the Proclamation of Rebellion to the Court of St. James for the American colonies who were, I guess the Declaration of Independence finally got over there. It was not officially signed by everyone until August 4th or something. And so probably, it took a while to float it over the water. This date, 1936, Bob Feller, first game at 17 years old, strikes out 15 St. Louis Browns. How about that, Sharky? Did they later become the Cleveland Browns?
No, the St. Louis Browns became the Baltimore Orioles.
I was just curious. How did the Browns become the Birds, Shark?
Why are the Browns always moving to Baltimore?
Yeah.
That's another great question, Beam. Unknown. State 1975, the Pontiac Silverdome opens. Think about that. That was almost 50 years ago, 30 miles north from downtown Detroit. It was a beautiful stadium at the beginning when I got there, Beam. They were just trying to implode
Did
it.
they finally get rid of it, or is it still?
I think it's down now.
It's just okay.
You can pull it up, but I think it finally came down. Problem was, City of Pontiac got a boatload of money for the Lions breaking their lease, and instead of destroying that, they built this convention center up there, and it never really took off, and so then they didn't have enough money to tear down the Silverdome.
This is of 2023, Bob. It still stands.
There you go. Why not? It looks beautiful.
Nope. All right. As of 2024, Amazon eyesight of the former Pontiac Silver.
Yeah, so they did take it down.
Yeah.
I thought so. Let's say 1990, East and West Germany announced that they will reunite on October 3rd. And this day, 1991, one of the greatest inventions ever comes online to the public. Al Gore was celebrated everywhere. The World Wide Web opens up to the masses.
Society has gone downhill ever since it was created.
Do you still want to claim starting the internet?
No.
It sounded good. It was beautiful at the beginning, and has since eroded.
There's some good things on there. It's mostly a hellhole.
Oh, yeah. You can find me. Listen, there's good stuff everywhere. It's just trying to find it.
It's true.
Born on this date, 1912, Gene Kelly, Singing in the Rain. Sonny Jurgensen turning 90 years old, Shark.
Still alive?
Still alive.
Did not know that.
Born in 1934, 18 seasons as a quarterback with the Redskins and the Eagles. Turning 75 today. You Better Love Somebody and Jesse's Girl, Mr. Rick Springfield.
Nice.
I'm going to put a note in that for Rothman.
What do you like better? What song do you like better?
Jesse's Girl is obviously his most favorite. But Rothman would play Love Somebody so much that it really started to grow on me. And I really enjoyed Rick Springfield in True Detective Season 2 when he gets his teeth knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. It's Rick Smits, another famous Rick. This one, R.I.K. Do you remember him playing for the Pacers, Beam? He played there for 12 or 13 years. He was All-Star in 1998. He turns 58 today. Jeremy Schaap turns 58 today, or 55
I'm
today.
Jeremy Schaap.
Of course.
Great storyteller, Jeremy
Great
Schaap.
storyteller. Very iconic delivery.
Yeah.
River Phoenix, brother of Joaquin, the actor, born on this date, 1970, passed away in 93. Scott Conn. How about this? Varsity Blues star, Hawaii 5-0, turning 48 years young.
Graduated in 1980 and still come to all these football parties, huh? I never miss these. That is team spirit. Yes, sir. All right, well, you ready to be on America's hilarious home videos or what? Absolutely. All right. Put down that glass. All right, now pick up that there flower pot. All right, bring it up over your head. All right, close your eyes. Think real hard. And say, I'm stupid and I'm about to get hit in the nuts. That's funny. Ain't it funny? That's what I mean. See, they need to change the name of the show to America's Funniest Shots in the Nuts.
Oh my gosh, that's
I love
great.
that movie.
I mean, that movie came out in 99, I want to say, maybe 2001.
Yeah.
I think it was 99. It was
99. You
give me
got
that.
it.
Gosh, I was trying to think what year I was in school. Yeah, 99. It was iconic. It was tremendous. Also, the son of James Caan, who just recently passed away. If they ever do another rollerball, I think Scott Caan should be in it. Shark, what do you think? Bring him back?
Yeah, I'd say so. James Caan's pretty iconic role for him,
He
though,
is.
other than The Godfather.
R.I.P. James Caan. Kobe Bryant, born on this date, 1978.
Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
Long run out by Kobe Bryant. Behind the back. Oh! What did I just see? You just saw what Kobe does best, and that's bring people to their feet with a sensational play. We got a dribble drive, change of direction by Bryant. Slam dunk. Woo! When you talk about elevation, Chick, he went up to the rafters.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang! Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer!
Kobe pump fake for two. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game.
Oh, that was beautiful. But not as beautiful as this. The highlights from Super Bowl 41. And happy 44th to Beams guy, Sexy Rexy Grossman.
And now it's Grossman losing the handle. It's the second time we've had back-to-back fumbles in this game. And yes, the Colts get it right back. And Grossman slips as he felt the pressure from Anthony McFarland. And that's the first sack of the night, and Grossman again can't find the handle. And now the second sack of the evening. Grossman, look out here, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Hayden. And Hayden still running inside the 20, and Hayden may run it back all the way. He does. Reaction fake and airing it out deep. Looking for Berrien, and he's intercepted by Bob Sanders.
Thank
There
you
you go,
guys.
Dean.
Thank you guys for that.
Oh, just happy birthday to Sexy Rexy.
Never
Good
forget,
news.
Devin Hester ran it back the opening kickoff.
Um,
Hey, he was 20 for 28.
Listen, former Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson last night was trying to do his best impersonation of Rex
Yes,
Grossman.
he was.
Tossing that little lollipop
Yeah.
in there for the pick six,
he
which was
was.
pretty remarkable. Jeremy Linsanity turning 36 years young. Mike Yastrzemski, the grandson of Carl Yastrzemski, whose birthday, I believe, was yesterday,
I think
correct?
it was, yeah.
Yeah, and still alive. He's 34, Giants, playing with the Giants. And Taylor Decker of the Buckeyes, turning 31 years young today, current Lions offensive tackle. Passings today, William Wallace, 1305. Bobby Bonds, the father of the greatest baseball player of all time, passing away in 2003. Some holidays observances today, Beamer. We've got ourselves Brothers Day, Buttered Corn Day, Cuban Sandwich Day, European Day of Remembrance for the victims of Stalinism and Nazism. Sharks outside protesting that right now. Internat Day, must be the European spelling.
Yeah.
Internet, Interweb. International Cheap Flight Day, National Ride the Wind Day, Sponge Cake Day, and Valentino Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, August 23rd, the 236th day of the year, and 130 days remaining in this 2024.
Great job on that, Bob, as always. How would Ryan Day assess his 2024 Buckeyes preseason training camp? You're going to hear from the head coach coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, we're seeing light traffic as you make your way southbound 315 from 270 to 70. Moving along close to posted speeds, westbound US 33 from 270 to Post Road. No major delays to report. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We buy any car.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half. What?
Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half.
I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. With Tire Discounter's new TD Chat BS, we can detect deception over the phone. Let's call a typical tire store.
Yellow, cheapo tire where we bolt them on for less.
Yes, I need tires and lubricant for my vehicle.
Great, come on in and we'll slap on some new tires.
And what about the lubricant exchange?
Oh yeah, we send you over to Ollie's Oil for that. They're right down the road.
Deception. Destination is 5.2 miles away.
Well, I'll be.
Also, 6 out of 10 cars need alignment.
Well, just travel on over to Alignments or Us.
Calculating time for 2 additional trips.
You mean you want to do tires, oil change, and alignment all in one fell swoop?
Oh, I observed that Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment, is close by.
Ugh, Tire Discounters.
And they are experts at oil changes, brakes, shocks, and...
I'm losing you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Your system has crashed.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Meet animals from around the world as you explore the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Whether you're fascinated by the towering elephant or playful sea lions, we have it all at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Visit columbuszoo.org to plan your visit today.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is back by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
So we're looking at lots of sunshine today. A few passing clouds will be all the skies have to offer. Temperatures up to around the mid-70s for lunch. Will be in the mid-80s for the afternoon. We'll see more clear weather tonight. Temperature falling down to around the 60-degree mark. Some upper 50s. We're up near 90 for Saturday. Mostly sunny and into the 90s by Sunday. 90s continue through most of next week. I'm 10 Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 6:35, Chris Doran, play-by-play man of your Columbus Crew. He's going to join the program crew in a third Cup final. Last time in a calendar year at MLS Cup against LAFC, went down to Pachuca for Champions Cup, and now again a chance at another trophy with Leagues Cup final coming up here at 7:15 on Sunday. So Chris Doran, play-by-play man of your crew, he's going to join the program coming up here around 6:35, 15 minutes away from right now. Ryan Day having some media availability last night, Bob. They call it the lightning round for Ryan Day. So he's not up there in the team meeting room up at the podium. He's set inside in the indoor at the Woody, talking a little bit. And here was Ryan Day talking and just assessing the offseason and where they're at and how camp went for this iteration of the Buckeyes.
Coming out of preseason, you want to have, some of your questions answered for sure. You want to have them all answered. You make assumptions, based on what you see in preseason, and then once you get into the season, you figure out what those things are, and the ones that are accurate, you keep enhancing. The ones you don't, you just you got to address, and I think that's what we got to get done here as we head into the first couple games of the season. I think we had an opportunity to build some depth at certain positions, which is important. As you said, what is this season going to look like? That was one area that we knew we had to build in the offseason. We felt like we did that in terms of the talent acquisition and the roster, but you also have to go on the field now, put it on the field, and work on the techniques and the fundamentals that we have to go put on the field, learn the scheme in all three phases, which started back in the spring. But we'll find out here once we get going. But yet to be seen. But I feel like in this preseason, there's been an edge to our team. I feel like we've been consistent. I think it's been back and forth, offense and defense, which is usually a good sign. So we'll keep grinding on this thing. We got a mock game going on Saturday in the stadium, and then come up for air on Sunday and start game planning for Akron.
Game planning after 3 weeks or so in training camp for the Buckeyes.
Yeah,
it's here, man.
Essentially what it is. It's game week now. They're gonna run their little mock game, and then following the mock game, probably give Sunday off, and then you're into game week, and so it's a full on game mode from this point on. So this is the exciting stuff, like Hayes in the barn for getting stuff done in the off season. Now, you hope that you've done enough to see who can play, to recognize your best players and what they can do, and with that, moving forward, be able to have some success.
What did Mike Gundy say the other day? It's football time now. Have your agent stop calling us. It's time to put on the pads. Time to play the game.
Did Ryan say that too?
No, Ryan didn't say that, but I was kind of hearkening back to what Gundy said a little bit earlier in the week. It's football time.
I love a good hearkening.
It's football. It's football time, man. You can smell it in the air. So that was the assessment of the offseason here for Ryan Day. God, I love football. You and the Englishman, Eric Cantona. Different game of football that you guys are talking about.
I think in a different world, Eric Cantona would have played American football had he been born here.
What do you think he would have played? Fullback?
Maybe a linebacker.
Yeah,
I watched him go those dudes in the stands.
He went straight up karate. He straight up karate kicked the guy in the stands. You thought Malice in the Palace was crazy with Artest going in, swinging, Steven Jackson, all that crazy stuff. Eric Cantona, guy was chatting some stuff to him on the sideline and literally hopped a barrier and flying kicked him in the chest.
Yeah, and people tell me Europeans are more sophisticated. After watching
that guy.
After watching Eric Cantona, I thought he could be a good American.
Ryan Day about Will Howard and what he brings here to the offense.
I see a bunch of traits there. I think the first trait is size. He's big. He can stand in the pocket, and he's strong. So that's the first thing you notice about him. Again, whether it's standing in the pocket with poise, I think that's another trait that he has that's excellent. He feels the rush, but he stands right in there. I think the next trait is just his top end speed. He can run 22 miles an hour at that size, which there's not a lot of guys who can do that. So I think that's an extraordinary trait. And I would say his overall leadership, command in the huddle is another something that he's really grown into in the last few months when he's been here. And then his accuracy. He's been very accurate since he's been here. And when he knows what's going on and he can anticipate what's happening, it looks right. You just feel it. And he can hurt you, a bunch of different ways. So, his ceiling, that's going to be kind of, up to how he plays this season. But, I see a player who has a lot of great skills that, translates well to the next level. So, we'll see. But I know his first focus is on winning games around here.
But if you go back and watch some of his highlights at Kansas State, or if you were able to go out to one of the first few days out at Camp Up, his speed is interesting. I mean, it's not really like, it's not the Tyreek Hill burst, like out of the gates.
No, but he's a strider, man.
Straight line strides, dude. He can take off and pull away from defenders.
He gobbles up ground. And what Ryan, comboing that with how impressed he was with his girth and his size.
I see pride. I see power.
Yeah.
I see a bad man that won't take anything from nobody.
I mean, he's Will was able to do a lot, and I think impressed Ryan in camp. And his throwing has come along, like he's looked more efficient as a passer, but also what he's going to be able to provide in the run game. I think a lot of people are very excited about what Will Howard can bring.
I'm excited to watch next Saturday just to see what this offense looks like with Chip Kelly. Like just kind of the wrinkles and how different it's going to be, and helmet comms and huddling up. Like it's going to be I feel like a different look Ohio State offense, which is something I think we're all looking forward to. Big storyline of the offseason was Sonny Styles going from safety, transitioning to down in the box, being linebacker. Here was an update on Sonny at the linebacker position from Ryan Day.
Sonny has really stepped up and played well. He's made this transition from safety to linebacker very well. I think he did a nice job in the spring, but you could definitely see as he went into the summer, just bigger, stronger, being more comfortable closer to the line of scrimmage. It's different when you're closer to the line of scrimmage. He's doing a better job getting his hands on offensive linemen and getting off of blocks. Doing a better job with his hands. I think he understands the communication. The linebackers always have to be involved with the front. They got to be involved and fit into the back end. He's doing that. I think he's looking forward to playing in a game and getting an idea of what it all looks like. But I can tell you in practice, he's playing fast, he's playing violent, and I think he's he does a nice job of taking the meeting to the field, being very intentional about his work, but playing really hard.
And nothing can replicate an actual game speed, right? I mean, I know that they can here at Ohio State, and most players are going to be bigger, faster, stronger than what you get out of the gates in your first 3 games. But until we see it happen, Bob, I mean, it's a lot different doing it in the Woody in practice when you have a couple of redos afterwards, a couple of mulligans, and then you run out 105,000 people. It's not like Sonny has lacked for playing time either. I mean, he has played a lot here. It's a very, very different. Well, first of all, it's an entirely different position, but it's different movement, it's different technique to be able to transition down in the box.
All that's accurate, and the playing in the game to me is not an issue for him because he's played so much. Yeah. It's going to be, it was the execution of the skill set and the new responsibilities that he has, and he's done a great job of that in the fall. Continue to build upon a very strong spring. Very excited to see what he can do.
Play-by-play man of your Columbus crew, Chris Doran. He's going to join the program. We'll break down the team's 3rd Cup final and less than a year with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, we're seeing light to moderate traffic as you make your way eastbound 670 from 70 to 270. Southbound 315, we're looking good from 270 to 70. No major delays to report. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Pain from arthritis can be just awful. That constant pain that's nagging. Listen, I've experienced it. I don't like it. It was in my knee, but it's feeling better now because it robs you of the stuff you want to do. But there's effective ways to deal with that pain, and my dad and I can both tell you about it. We were able to get lasting relief without medication or surgery. Listen, there's exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief, and the place that we went was QC Kinetics right here in Columbus. We went and saw Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC. They used their cutting-edge treatments to accelerate our own body's healing properties. His knee was bothering him. He couldn't walk around the way he wanted to. Him and my mom liked to take walks. He was able to go through their treatment protocol and feel so much better. I was able to get it on my knee, and I can move around again. It was the relief from that chronic pain that you don't really enjoy at all. So learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat your pain. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, or Grove City.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You seem pretty happy this morning. I invented a song. You know songwriters have an actual word for inventing a song. Everything we want people to know about Eco. Ready? Can't wait. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. They can really go. Get Eco. For your Cinco. Fixed in a blinko. You'll thinko. Hooray. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get Eco. Like an ice Rico. Puerto Rico. Get Eco today. What do you think?
You know we don't serve Puerto Rico, right?
I do know that.
I mean, the drive alone from Ohio is like, geez.
Way too far.
But you ran out of rhymes for eco?
You gotta admit, the rest is pretty catchy.
Oh, it's earworming already.
Get eco.
ECO. As is that thing.
The Buckeye Show.
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. I mean, I'm sure he's in bed. I tell you what, Ryan, you better not be saying those things about me. I'll get you.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the fans contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns to turnovers and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, Friday edition of the program. Brandon Aiyuk, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our great friend. He is the play-by-play man of your black and gold, the Columbus Crew, Chris Doran. Chris, thanks so much for the time, buddy. Always appreciate it. I mean, just another quarter of the season down, another cup that this team is playing for in a final on Sunday. What a ride this has been the last calendar year or so for this team, right?
Yeah, it's been terrific. Beamer, Bobby, Shark, thanks so much for having me on the show. We've enjoyed tremendous success. There's no doubt about it. Third consecutive appearance in a final in a tournament. It was MLS Cup 2023 at Lower.com Field. We went to Pachuca on June 1st to play that one game off CONCACAF final and dropped it with food poisoning. We've got the final game in the Leagues Cup on Sunday under our terms, and we'll welcome back LAFC for the third time in 9 months to take them on and see if we can beat that same team for the third time.
It's pretty darn impressive. Let me ask you this, because I was talking to Beam. How does the compensation work for players for all these extra tournaments? I mean, you're playing in more games. Obviously, when you win, you have more success. Is that built into the contract? Do they have bonuses with that? Is it a per-game basis? It's something that I've just been very curious because it's more of a European sports model, and I wasn't sure how those salaries came into play.
Well, that's a really great question, Bobby, and I can't answer it other than to say that there are incentives, obviously, for all players, and no doubt locker rooms get incentives, too, financially. We've heard a lot of stories about what goes on in Europe, and you have to really go country by country because what happens in Saudi Arabia is not the same thing that happens in England when it comes to handing out cash. Yeah. So, yeah, I have to believe that agents have done their homework, that they're aware that players can have incentives riding on their contract. And, you know, you would hope, I think, as a club, that the league has said we're going to introduce this tournament, which is Leagues Cup, for the second year in a row, and we're going to add this rider onto the parameters that says, here's the X that you enjoy if you win it out. Now, we, of course, in not so much dollar terms, have already established ourselves with a win in the fact that by qualifying for the final game, we'll be in CONCACAF Champions League next year. That's a bump for everybody. So that goes to the side. Now Columbus can play this championship and fight for the trophy, and then finish out the season in the battle for not just the Supporters' Shield and MLS Cup 2024, but Campione's Cup that comes up September 25th against Club America.
He is Chris Doran, play-by-play voice of your Columbus Crew, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Chris, Bone and I were talking about this yesterday a little bit on the podcast. I think if you go back 1 year from right now, fans felt very bad about Lucas Elorion leaving, and then the form that Diego Rossi was in. Now, had some great moments in the playoffs last year. Diego Rossi did that kind of made us eat our words as Crew fans. You come into the season this year, obviously has flashed and has had really good moments, but it seems like over the course of this tournament specifically, where him and Denny Bouanga are battling for the Golden Boot race, that he has turned his game into a whole different level.
Yeah, he has. I was not on the bandwagon with Lucas leaving and Diego coming in and sort of sullen about that. I was really intrigued with Diego. I think the one thing about Turkish football, if you will, even Greek football, and a lot of other countries over there, we don't watch it.
Yeah.
So we don't really know. I didn't even look up highlight reels from Europe with Diego Rossi when he arrived, and that's a little unusual. So I was really, I think, on the patient side of things, and trusting that the coaching staff knew exactly what they were looking for, and they found it in this young man. I've met Diego off the field and away from the training center on a number of occasions. He is a delightful young person, and is very close to his family. That said, you kind of know that someone's got a center to them. And that's not to say that Lucas wasn't. I'm just saying that for the substitute, I think this is probably a pretty good choice. To your point about his performance, he's got 4 game-winning goals and 2 game-tying goals in both tournaments this year, the CONCACAF and this one. He's currently riding that 6-goal scoring streak in this tournament. He scored a brace in 3 of the 4 games we've played. And you're right, he'll be battling not just for the Leagues Cup trophy on Sunday, but he's going to want to outshine Dennis Bouanga of LAFC in front of the goal so he can leave with the Golden Boot on Sunday night.
So if he wins the Golden Boot here, we get to hang the banner, because that's what we're all about. Where does this go in the pantheon of achievements for the Crew?
Consider that last year's inaugural Leagues Cup was won by Miami, and that was based on the arrival of Lionel Messi and company. That was a pretty big deal for them, but again, it was Lionel Messi's splash into the league. I think when you rank the tournament in terms of other accolades the club has earned in the last year, I think it's going to kind of fall in 3rd or 4th place. I mean, you've got to put MLS Cup up there, but keep in mind that that is something of a stretch run from late October until mid-December. So that's that tournament. I think CONCACAF Champions Cup is going to be always that one tournament that folks are going to say, we got to get after that. Columbus spends the summer as the number 1 team in CONCACAF. And so I think what they're looking to do is to build on where they ended last year. And they won't be settling just for a simple seed by way of Leagues Cup. I think they'd like to assure themselves a spot deep in the tournament for next spring, and bring it home at home, unlike what they were able to do against Pachuca.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. I'm with you. As Leagues Cup started, I was like, I don't really care about it if they get knocked out in the first and second round. And then they got in the semifinals. I'm like, well, if you came this far, you may as well hoist another trophy. So I think lower.com field is going to be awesome on Sunday. Atmosphere should be rocking. That's a 7:15 kickoff for that game coming up against LAFC. LAFC, interesting, right? I mean, rematch coming from December. Obviously, and I don't know if they'll have any bad blood. They added Olivier Giroud, who has a lot of prowess from over in Europe. I mean, so this is a team who was also added and is trying to get a trophy, which the Crew stood in their way just a few months ago.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Giroud got 45 minutes in the last game against Colorado. He's looking to get a little bit more time. And, I don't know if he's going to qualify to start in terms of his fitness. He probably could and give you 60 minutes. The thing about the LAFC is they know how they want to play. They kill you on the counterattack. Being defensive and being fresh helps Columbus. Wanting to have the ball helps Columbus, and keeping the ball, minimizing mistakes in the midfield is something that you have to really focus on. In the end, though, it's two really great teams. It's going to be a terrific soccer match in large part. The benefit for the Crew, having been seated so high in this tournament by virtue of that cup win last December, is the fact that they don't have to travel. So the guys get training today. They get a little tactical review tomorrow, and then it's off and running on Sunday night.
Absolutely it is. It's going to be awesome. Chris, before we get you out of here, if you were to say who gets the game winner as of right now, if the Crew end up hoisting the cup, who is it going to be for you?
I think you have to lean into your two big guys. Yep. And, if he's on a hot streak, keep it going, Diego Rossi.
What do you think the total goals will be for the game?
Columbus has only allowed 7 goals against MLS regular season opponents all season at lower.com field. So it's and Philadelphia couldn't figure it out, but then Philadelphia doesn't score a lot of goals anyway. So credit to Miami. They scored 2 in this tournament. I don't think it's beyond LAFC going to 2. And, in fact, it could be 2-2 and go into kicks from the penalty spot. In the end, I think we're at I'd have to put the over at put the line at 2.5 goals. So I'd say and I'd take the over. It's going to be at least 3 goals.
All I know is that the Crew don't give up many goals, and they score a lot, Chris, which adds for a lot of fun times over at lower.com field. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a great call on Sunday, and hopefully the next time we check in, we'll be talking about another trophy here in Columbus, all right?
Gentlemen, thanks. Have a great weekend.
There he goes. Chris Doran, play-by-play man of your Columbus Crew, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Didn't like the over.
Yeah, because you took the under. You took the under yesterday.
It sounded like he was going to say,
he's good. That Chris Doran, he's good. He's an international soccer celebrity, that guy. One team long thought to be out of the trade market for Brandon Aiyuk. They could be back in it. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, we're seeing light to moderate traffic as you make your way eastbound 670 from 70 to 270, about a 10-minute drive there. Southbound 315 from 270 to 70, an 11-minute drive with no major delays to report. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33, or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Integrity, honesty, and quality. Words we live by here at Monogram Homes. Hi, this is Dina. And at Monogram Homes, we strive to bring your wants to your man cave, your needs to your kitchen, and your ideas to life. Most home builders claim to be custom, but starting with stock floor plans and templates isn't our idea of a tailored experience. At Monogram Homes, we start with a blank slate and work with you until you get exactly what you want. So start your true custom home journey today with a builder you can trust. Monogram Homes. Visit us online at monogramhomes.net.
Kemba Financial Credit Union pays you to save. Get a $300 bonus with a new money market account and earn a premium interest rate on your money. It adds up to big-time savings for your goals and dreams. Visit Kemba.org to check our rates and learn more. Restrictions apply. Bonus requires Advantage status and $10,000 minimum balance be deposited in the first 30 days and maintained to qualify for a $100 bonus at 90 days and $200 at 180 days after opening. Federally insured by NCUA. Offer ends September 30th.
The Super Sale is back this Friday and Saturday only at Meyer. Shop for sports, family dinners, or get-togethers, and find super low prices on favorites like Halo Mandarins for 99 cents, boneless center cut half pork loin for $1.79 per pound, and Body Armor or Powerade sports drinks for 88 cents each. Shop super low Meyer prices while supplies last, and get the same prices in-store and online. Shop the Meyer Super Sale this Friday and Saturday only. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store and in the Meyer app.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at another sunny day out there. Cool weather for the morning commute. Temperatures working their way up to the 70-degree mark by the noon hour today. We'll push into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Clear weather tonight. Temperature back down to the upper 50s with a high near 90 for Saturday as mostly sunny skies continued. A long stretch in the 90s kicks off this weekend and goes into next week. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
So here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky.
Yes.
Happy Friday to you.
It is our favorite day of the week. It's Friday. Hard Knocks.
It's Monday.
Monday might be your favorite day of the week. Friday is mine.
I
And
love
you get
endless
Pia this
opportunities. Shark, the weekend's almost over to Tim Hall.
I know.
Monday's the day. Endless opportunities.
What time is 6:49, Bob? At 11:49, 5 hours from now,
I'll be drunk.
I'll be poolside. I will be by the
Good
pool.
for you. Mai Tai in hand?
No.
Mojito?
No, you got one more weekend left, Shark.
I know. I'm so sad.
You might only have a couple more pool seasons left in you, period.
Whoa, wait a minute, my friend.
No, he won't. Bob, his life is going to be an endless pool season. What are you talking about?
Yes, I like that, Beam.
Hard Knocks is not on regular cable TV. Excuse me. It is aired on HBO, where there are no censors, no rules, no regulations.
No rules, just
remember
right.
that from when I was in junior high, Shark.
Yeah. Over the years, we have heard some rather graphic and raw language on Hard Knocks, but not this year, folks. If you want your 8-year-old to watch Hard Knocks, feel free, because there is no profanity. The McCaskey family owns the Bears. They don't approve of profanity. Beamer, kind of hard to film the locker room and the practice field without hearing any F's and S's.
You know, the interesting thing about watching this year is that I feel like they have just restricted so many microphones in the not in the locker room, Bob, but like in team meetings and all these different things. And until Shark brought up that story, until I was reading about it, maybe it was on Wednesday morning or something, that it's a McCaskey rule that the league is wanting to respect them by not having any cussing, so they have to do a lot of like editorial overview. There just felt something off this year about Hard Knocks.
It's the fact that
and
the
I
head
think
coach
that was
looks
it.
like a D-bag.
He's something. I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
just line the beard up.
I came back from Lake Como and decided I wanted to get a makeover. I don't really care about that, Flus, unless you win more games than you have. Like, you're lucky to have
Martha
a job.
really likes my haircut.
But there was something missing about it, and I do feel like they put a lot of time in the actual episodes, like into the preseason games, which usually, I mean, that's at the very end of every episode because it ends week by week and goes into the next week. But I do feel like we're getting like less access, like on the field, in the meeting rooms, than what we normally get. Now
we're getting more access to Eberflus's wife and daughters during games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I tune in for.
Yeah, the other day they did basically an episode on Torrey Taylor, who's the punter out of Iowa. And they're just like, that's a great weapon to have. You don't realize how big a punter is for a team that has stunk at that over the last couple of years. Yeah, it's something has been missing, and I think that's just been the cutting of the microphones and getting like the trash talk. I think that's what it's been.
Yeah, why not? Rex Ryan up there just swearing away. I don't know if you necessarily need all the profanity. No. I do enjoy the fact that I was watching my kids. I could sit there and there wasn't anything over the top. I mean, they can always drop stuff out of there. It does make it tougher. The Bears are not happy about this. You know what? If you don't want it, Beam, if you don't want Hard Knocks, they either A, should have fired Eberflus, or B, won more games. Those are your options.
You know what, guys? We're not going to do Hard Knocks, so we're going to fire Matt Eberflus because you can't have a rookie head coach do Hard Knocks.
It would have been worth it on both fronts.
Yeah,
better
probably.
Coach, no Hard Knocks.
The Washington Commanders yesterday traded former first-round receiver Jahad Dotson to the Eagles, but they could be replacing him soon. According to a Niners reporter, the Commanders are looking at acquiring Brandon Aiyuk. Probably not something Aiyuk envisioned, going from one of the best teams in the NFL to one of the worst. But think about this, Bob. Aiyuk played his college ball at Arizona State. His quarterback there, Jaden Daniels.
That is true, but he's still playing for a franchise that hasn't won anything or done anything in years. He didn't want to go to the Browns or Patriots because of the football situation, apparently. Maybe some of it living, I don't know.
There's an argument to be made that the Commanders
could what?
Have been
be 6-11?
No. I'm saying going in the time machine, that there's not even a really strong argument that you need to make, have been one of the most misrun franchises in the NFL over the last handful of years. The whole Dan Snyder situation, Bob, the quarterbacks that they have gone through.
I'm honestly disappointed he acquiesced and sold the team.
Remember when he was like out on his yacht in the Mediterranean as the feds were trying to track him down?
You can't subpoena me if I'm in international waters. I love Dan Snyder. I mean, he goes full heel. He is the turncoat all the way.
And you know what he got for it as his punishment? Selling his team for like $7 billion.
Beautiful. Hey, God bless America. Don King, Cleveland, Ohio Shark.
He's
not black, he's not white.
Murder.
He's into green. The green, baby.
The interesting part about this is that as these trade talks came out, it was the Steelers, it was the Browns, who kind of found like late game leverage, and like then they were in this trade market for a while. And then Albert said yesterday when we had him on, Albert Breer, the MQB, who we have on every Thursday at 8:05, said that the Steelers are still in the running, but it's just all coming down to the 49ers contract situation. Now, I think the Commanders were in it like at the very beginning. They were the first team to get out of this trade because they didn't want to either negotiate with Aiyuk or the 49ers were asking too much. But now with the trading of Jahan Dotson, they said, oh, okay, we need another receiver. Let's go back to the well on this. I wouldn't think that this is going to happen, but they're trying to at least do something in Washington, which I give them credit for.
Remember when Lonzo and LaMelo's dad, LeVar Ball, he claimed he was a better basketball player than Michael Jordan?
Are we sure it's just a claim?
Well, Daryl Doucette is making a similar delusional claim.
Any relation to early Doucette?
No. Doucette is a flag football quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He hopes to make the U.S. Olympic team in 2028 when flag football comes to the summer games. And Doucette told DMZ.com, Beamer, I feel like I'm better than Patrick Mahomes because of my IQ of the game.
Yeah, I saw some highlights yesterday. He's not as good as Patrick Mahomes is. I mean, that's tough to replicate. He likes to move around a lot, Bob, likes to run up and down the field. Here's the easy way to settle this. It's the best 2 out of 3. You get the NFL players out there, and then you get who has been representing the U.S. in flag football and him for right now, and you play a best of 2 out of 3. Winner goes to the Olympics. I think it's pretty simple.
Actually, that isn't your worst idea ever, man.
Thank you. I've had plenty worse.
Yeah, the thing is, throwing the football is one thing. You're not seeing like complicated coverage.
It's backyard football. It's man on man.
And there's no blitzing. You're not getting hit. It's a lot easier to sit there. Every defensive player in the league will tell you, even in college, the coaches, it's just 7 on 7. Like, there's no rush. The stuff is, less complicated. There's no D-line. You can't drop guys out and move things around. It's a lot easier to do that than it is to sit back in the pocket when you're worried about getting hit.
One college football program was looking for an unbelievably great get-rich-quick scheme. That in the re-rack coming up next. Morning Jupes right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We're seeing moderate traffic flows this morning as you make your way eastbound 670 from 70 to 270. Southbound 315 from 270 to 70, about an 11-minute drive there with no major delays to report. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies. Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi, I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye. Adios. Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
And this summer with Zumbizi Bay, Central Ohio's largest water park. Take your last ride on Dolphin Dash before exciting new things come next season. Soak up the sunshine and dive into an unforgettable experience for the whole family. Zumbizi Bay offers nonstop fun for everyone. Enjoy $19.99 admission after 4 p.m. Get your tickets now and make your final splash at ZumbiziBay.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark. The Shark Bengals coach Zach Taylor held out all of his starters for last night's preseason finale, and the backups couldn't do much. The Colts beat Cincinnati 27-14. Logan Woodside's 21-yard touchdown pass to Jermaine Burton late in the fourth quarter was the only offensive score for the Bengals, who finished the preseason at 0-3. In baseball, Stephen Kwan led off the game in New York with a single to center. That would be the only hit the Guardians would get against Garrett Cole and three relievers. Aaron Judge hit his 48th home run, and Giancarlo Stanton added a three-run blast as the Yankees blanked Cleveland 6-0. In Pittsburgh, Pirates starter Paul Skeens showed why he'll likely win National League Rookie of the Year. Skeens pitched 6 shutout innings, allowed just 2 hits while striking out 9 as the Pirates blanked the Reds 7-0. The Sports Center is sponsored by the Waterworks. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com to get started. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Friday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 7:35, Austin Ward. He's going to join the program. Buckeyes playing 8 days against Akron. Ryan Day, Justin Frye, his offensive line, having some media availability last night. We'll get Austin's thoughts on everything Buckeyes coming up here at 7:35. Then at 8:35, A.J. Hawk on his way to Ireland.
Yes.
He's going to join the program.
Going overseas.
Coming up here at 8:35.
No sunscreen required.
No, absolutely
kind of like Phil Collins, no jacket required.
Yeah, no sunscreen for him. So he's going to join the program coming up here at 8:35. Austin Ward coming up at 7:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
And you can always watch our YouTube show. We're live each and every morning, all throughout the day here on The Fan. Go to YouTube, type in 97.1 The Fan, hit subscribe, watch all the things that we do. And by the way, our podcasts were broken the last couple of days. There's no way for us to retrieve it. So you can go back and watch our YouTube shows that have all been chronicled and put together by the great Mark the Shark. But I think our podcasts are back up now, Shark, right? So we're going to have the podcast from today?
That's right, Beam.
All right.
I'm an engineer. I'm on it.
You are. You're very on it. So you can subscribe wherever you get your podcast from if you miss anything from the show. Friday nights mean high school football in the state of Ohio and the Fan Game of the Week. It kicks off tonight at 7 o'clock. We got Harvest Prep at Pickerington Central. And after the game, it's Byers Dublin Subaru overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. High school football is back on the Fan. I was watching some high school football. No, I don't know. Probably.
Did Tim get retired?
Tim, we're going to have to retire you.
Doggies.
I was watching some high school football last night on YouTube. On the NFL, main NFL channel, they had a high school football stream. It was Massillon.
No. That was Anthony Richardson throwing that interception last night.
You're right. It wasn't a Massillon Tiger.
You thought it was, but it was actually the Bengals and Anthony Richardson just throwing the defenders the ball.
It was Massillon taking on NFL Academy, which is a team from London.
Wait,
and
is that Bishop Sycamore?
It basically was. It was 14-0. Then I actually give you NFL Academy a lot of credit
for
because
kids who don't want to play school.
They came back and it was 14-14. So it was a little bit interesting. But I was watching on the main NFL YouTube channel. I think Massillon ended up winning 35-20 or something like that. But the weird part, Bob, a team is flying over from London, I think.
Are you from London?
I think they are. And I was on their website just because I was interested of how this
what
school
could possibly
worked.
be on their website?
I was wondering about their academia. It's where do you go to school, or is this just straight up football?
Did you not come here to play school?
Yeah, football's fun to you. Football's zero fun, sir. So the weird part about this game is that they were playing in Oregon. A team from Ohio and a team from London played in Oregon.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground somewhere between London and Ohio. It would be a shorter trip for the London team to just stop in Ohio and play at Massillon Stadium, which is great.
It's Tiger Stadium, pretty nice up there.
It is really cool. They do football stadiums pretty well up there, and especially that one. But then the team from Ohio also had to leave and go out to Oregon to play. I'm like, why is that game being played in Oregon?
They're trying to grow the game, Beam.
They are trying to go to the game, so they did that. But yeah, I was watching that last night. So high school football is definitely back. Got a slate full. Go out and support your local schools tonight. Friday night football is great. Colts take down the Bengals 27-14. Anthony Richardson not great. 5 drives. Little pick 6, Bob. Yeah, I don't really know. Again, I don't put too many eggs in the basket of the preseason, other than if you look bad, and then it's a problem.
If you look like that, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like I watched about 2/3 of the first half, and I watched Anthony Richardson last night just like looking brutal at times. And that one interception, like that is one of the worst picks ever. He didn't see the guy coming in there, and this isn't. And here's the thing: in the preseason, folks, you're not getting complicated schemes. So if you can't pick that up, you're going to struggle. Anthony Richardson, great athlete. Everybody wants to hype on him as the next Michael Vick and all these things. And maybe he can run and do a lot of stuff. But as far as pocket passing, I haven't seen anything that would lead me to believe that he's going to be an elite quarterback in a traditional sense. He might be able to run and do some stuff, and you can package things together. But he's not going to be a guy that is the answer for you.
8 of 14, 86 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And the pick was bad. It was a bad pick. So preseason now over for those teams. Bengals going 0-3. Who cares about that? Browns at the Seahawks, 10 o'clock on Saturday. Sharky, you staying up? You watching the last preseason game for the Browns?
Oh, yeah, I will, Beam. It's
Deshaun back at practice yesterday. Apparently fine.
There you go.
He got a massage on his shoulders.
Yeah, his arm soreness went away magically.
Flew back to Houston to get that massage, and now he's back in Cleveland. Now he went to Seattle.
They flew him in from Houston.
Is he playing? tomorrow?
We don't know.
I know it's been a thing this week.
They had a travel day yesterday, so no media availability. Not that Stefanski would have told us anyway.
Yeah, you can't ask Stefanski to talk on a travel day. He's probably exhausted.
Yeah, especially going out to Seattle. Earlier in the week, Kevin Stefanski said, yeah, maybe Deshaun will play. Deshaun comes up. It's news to me. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of strange what's going on.
Playing.
That's a 10 o'clock start for them tomorrow. The good news for the Yankees, or for the Guardians and the Reds yesterday, is both of them got shut out. 6-0, Yankees win. Guards at home against the Rangers tonight. Sharky homestand for them.
That's
coming up
right, Beam. We're going to have about 82,000 there for the 3-game series.
Perfect.
Who said that?
Me.
Bob or you?
I think I did. I think I went a little higher than that. So they're at the Rangers.
I already lost the home run thing with Judge. I hope
you lost that. You lost Monday night or Thursday night football.
Listen,
You're down 2-0.
I'm hoping that the Tribe gets smashed today, so no one shows up to the game tomorrow.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks.
Well, I already lost one bet. It's okay.
May as well double down. You're just being selfish now.
I am. I'm trying to win.
I know you are. Pirates take down the Reds 7-0 too. So they got that going for them, which is nice. They're back in Pittsburgh tonight at 6:40. Again, Chris Doran joined us in the 6 o'clock hour talking all things League Cup final on Sunday. Crew at home against LAFC at 7:15 on Sunday. And I told you a little bit earlier, the prize payout. So you get $100,000 for just entering the competition, which you automatically get into anyways because you're an MLS team. $50,000 per victory, Bob. Now, last year, Miami won $2 million for winning this whole cup. But that game is coming up on Sunday, 7:15 against LAFC. If you want more crew breakdown, Bone and I did a podcast yesterday, Bone and Beam United, on any of your podcasting platforms. And then Chris Doran joined us in the 6 o'clock hour. So a lot of crew breakdown with that. This story.
That's what people come here for, Beam.
Yeah.
The crew breakdown and the Jackets trades.
No doubt they do. It may be, I know we haven't kicked off the college football season. That's happening tomorrow at noon. Florida State, Georgia Tech get you going in week 0. This may be early contender for college football story of the year.
Yeah, I think so.
Deion Sanders, I'm reading this from Sports Illustrated.
This is pretty great, Beam.
Reading this from Sports Illustrated. Deion Sanders and his Buffalo staff have been at the forefront of innovative business deals during his tenure with Colorado. As it turns out, NIL funding is no different. After resigning as Colorado's special teams coordinator on August 1st, Trevor Riley went on the record about trying to pull funding for the school's 5430 NIL collective. So just one of the collectives out there. We have the Foundation, 1870 Society, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. He expressed to Sports Illustrated that there were no bad feelings between anyone with the program, but rather that he was at odds with a few people in Colorado's administration. If you're asking yourself, boy, that's weird. Why would you be at odds with the administration after resigning? Riley, again, Colorado's special teams coordinator, Riley said he spent time in the Middle East this past holiday season lobbying Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund,
the PIF,
for name, image, and likeness funding on behalf of Colorado football.
That's great.
A copy of what Riley says was in his resignation letter to CU Athletic Director Rick George and Sanders was reviewed by Sports Illustrated. Here was what he wrote. The arrangement was that because I did all the NIL work at Jackson and got us through, you guys would pay me a modest salary and make me the special teams coordinator, which should have freed up time for me to handle NIL activities. So forget about special teams and coordinating that. I'm just focused on raising the most money I can for the Buffs in the NIL world.
The special teams are the special dollars that are coming from across the pond.
You paid me $90,000. This is all in his resignation letter.
I love it.
You paid me $90,000 a year and let me handle special teams. I did all this work in your name, and I was told to pursue it. I burned through all my contacts in my Mormon community, which was worth about $3 trillion. Now I can't get these people to answer my calls because I just found out today that none of my endeavors were happening. I even went to Saudi Arabia and got a meeting with the Saudis who were interested in pursuing business. I have email receipts to prove it, and you guys let it fall flat on its face. I give that guy a ton of credit. What are we doing to try to raise funds? All right, let's get the donors. Let's get them riled up. We got to raise some money, get some players in from the transfer portal. Yeehaw, go Buffs. So, what am I going to do? Take time out of my own summer. I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia and try to get money from the PIF. That's great.
So he said he tried to get money out of the Mormon community, too? He's Mormon?
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. I burned through all my contacts in my Mormon community, which is worth about $3 trillion.
And then he went over to Saudi Arabia.
Riley said he acted on his own accord, trying to pull in donors. Quote, I did nothing illegal, was trying to help Colorado the best way I knew how. Some of these outside-of-the-box concepts are small. Early this week, 99-year-old Colorado legend Peggy Copham received a one-of-a-kind NIL deal for I Ain't Too Hard to Find. I don't even know what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
But you know that the PIF is worth what, like $600 trillion or something. I mean, something.
That's what we need.
Something ridiculous.
Bring the PIF to college football. Get them in here. Hey, Shark. That is the competing governing body to the NCAA.
Yes, I agree.
Bring in the PIF.
Bring them in.
Get them in here.
Let Greg Norman run it.
Yes, he
run the
will.
NCAA.
Bryson and Brooksy, they're going to be the champions. Who else we got in there, Beam?
John Rombo, Phil, DJ,
Patrick Reed.
Patrick Reed, Captain America, Patrick Reed out there.
Those guys,
Charles Howell III.
They'll tell you about the greatness that is the PIF and what they can do for you. What can PIF do for you?
That's great.
They're taking over, Shark. That new awesome. 16-team playoff will be brought to you by the PIF.
That's great. I think that's one of the best stories I've read all year.
They're going to play the national championship game.
I'm being dead on. Taking it to Jeddah. I'm being dead honest. If I'm someone around the country, I'm hiring that guy. I mean, you took initiative on yourself to say, hey, they're worth a lot of money. Let's go over and try to see if we can get some donors.
I'm curious his connection, like how he.
Do you just show up over there and?
Does the PIF just take meetings? Do they have like an email inbox? Like, hey, we're curious if you'd like us to sponsor.
Might be like a Game of Thrones king holding open court.
Well, that's my point. Is like, do they just call you? You call them. You can call them and say, hey, they have a email.
Yeah.
If you're looking for sponsorship opportunities,
email us
here. Email here. We'll follow up.
Sponsorships at PIF.com.
Yes. And you can come over here. We'll put together a marketing plan for you. That sounds great. I mean, Colorado probably needs it. It doesn't sound like he was very successful, though. That's
it doesn't. No, he ended up losing his job.
So why did they fire him, though?
I don't know.
Because he didn't get any money.
I guess it was a bad. They said it. Yeah, because he didn't come back with any money, and then
that's terrible.
He didn't come back with any money, and I guess he was lacking as a special teams coordinator.
No, listen, who cares about this? Do you think Deion Sanders cares about the special teams?
No.
Just give me the damn ball, is what he's saying. Let me go return punts. We'll push Shador back there. He can do it all.
No, Travis Hunter. He's going back there as punt return.
Both.
It looks like the battle for Ohio State's right guard is going to come down to the wire. You're going to hear from the Buckeye O-line coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
this morning. Watch for an accident blocking southbound 270 at 670. Your 3 right lanes are blocked. Expect delays. Traffic is stop and go as you approach. Eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road. It's a slow go there this morning. I'm Ashley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Right now at the Ram, make this the summer event. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $549 a month for 42 months with $3,640 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by September 3rd, 2024.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Mega Millions! The Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is up to $527 million. So I'm shouting it from my rooftop. Go play Mega Millions today. Then help me get down. And don't miss out on the excitement of Keno with 300 draws every day. Pick your numbers. Pick your wagers. Keno is always fun, your way.
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Manny Chopra, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value and have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, and are bound by the highest ethical standards. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, please visit oda.org.
Fan and weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
So we're looking at lots of sunshine today. A few passing clouds will be all the skies have to offer. Temperatures up to around the mid-70s for lunch. Will be in the mid-80s for the afternoon. We'll see more clear weather tonight. Temperature falling down to around the 60-degree mark, some upper 50s. We're up near 90 for Saturday, mostly sunny and into the 90s by Sunday. 90s continue through most of next week. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
Well, Friday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment, about 15 minutes away from right now, 7:35. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. Going to talk some Buckeyes with him. We heard from Ryan Day talking in the 6 o'clock hour, good off-season camp, kind of recapping what's going on, studying styles as well, Bob, what Will Howard brings to the offense. How about the offensive line? Let's get into that. Tegra Chibola, we've been talking about this right guard battle that's been going on all throughout the offseason, and it seems to me, as I was reading kind of through what Ryan Day was saying last night during his lightning round press conference, that this thing, this right guard battle, Bob, is going to bleed its way into tomorrow's scrimmage for the Buckeyes.
I think he's definitely going to play at guard. Whether he starts, we'll probably decide here coming off of Saturday, but he's definitely going to play unless, something, drastic were to happen. I think he's earned that opportunity. How much and if it's the whole game, and we'll decide that as we get probably through the weekend, but for sure he's earned the right to play in this game. And again, we'll wait a couple more days to decide who the starter is going to be.
Okay, coming down to tomorrow, coming down to the mock game.
Earn the right to play in that game. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of guys I hope that play in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's not, then that's a huge issue. But it'll be interesting to see how that works out, the rotation between Tegra and if it's Carson Hinsman that they're rolling through those guys together, and like how that ultimately is going to play out. Because, you've had a couple of weeks. The problem was that O-line room was ravaged with disease and sickness and illness. So some of the guys didn't get to play as much. Now, Tegra was healthy pretty much the whole time. Now, Hinsman and some of the other guys were out a little bit more for some of the disease that went through there.
Maybe he was the curator of the disease. Said, I'm going to get my opportunities one way or the other.
No, I forget who they said the
Patient Zero.
Patient Zero, the outbreak monkey was. It's like, who brought this in here? Who brought in the disease pool that spread around that offensive line room? They still have the chairs, but that's
Is that still where they're meeting at, on the field?
On the field. I mean, they were out there as of yesterday.
So, yeah, all the way through camp they've been
they've got their spacing and everything else. So, yeah, there's just a dry erase board. They've got stuff on it. In the middle of the indoor, right there. It's all good.
Traditionally with an offensive line, and we talked about the defensive line a couple of days ago, Bob, high rotation, right? Keeping guys fresh, moving them in and out, different packages.
So fresh.
Traditionally with an offensive line too, I mean, once you have your starting unit, and Ryan Day alluded to it, unless something drastic happens on Saturday's little mock game that they're doing, unless something drastic happens, I mean, you want to roll out your starting offensive line and keep them cohesive as a group as much as you possibly can.
You do, but you want to make sure you have the right five.
Yeah,
too. And so that's the balance of it, of getting guys reps beside each other and building that rapport and continuity while balancing that with making sure it's the best five. And when you didn't get like a really great look at it in camp due to whether it's injury, in this case kind of illness, you just want to give it a little bit of time. It's easier to kind of roll guys through than it is at low line than it is at quarterback.
Yeah.
It's easier for that. So they'll be able to get that done. They've got a couple games to get it figured out.
Yes,
it's not like you need to have it done week 2 because you're playing Notre Dame or something like that. So it's not going to be for a while till you go out to Oregon, but you'd like to get that settled in here, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks.
Justin Frye, offensive line coach here at Ohio State, said that what you were talking about, the illness, actually created some opportunities here during camp.
Felt like we were going to be able to get to 8, maybe 9 guys that you feel like could go in the game and play for us. And so those guys that maybe would have been a little lower, got less reps, started getting those. The second thing that showed up, too, I mean, there was at some point now where we had guys double dipping in camp, which you normally don't have. That's a springtime thing in the fall. And it brought out a little callous and toughness to some guys that honestly, like, you hoped was there, and we hadn't seen it, and we had a chance to see it, And so Yeah, because nobody cares. We got the sickness. We got to practice. Can you go 3 groups? Coach, you got it. We'll figure it out. The guys, they didn't back down from that. And like I said, some of those young guys, getting multi-position flex reps, that's all positive. Yeah, you'd like continuity. You'd like to know, here's the 5 and here's what we're going with. We just didn't have that luxury, and right now that was okay.
Who does he think he is, Bobby Carpenter? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
He knows. Nobody does care. Go get the job done.
Yeah.
And so you get guys moving around, and it stinks at the time because you might be getting beat up a little bit at practice.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the guys were getting first and second team reps or second and third team reps. And
it's a great opportunity in front of you.
And you got to get tough. That's the other thing he said. Like, you've got to get tough. We got to find out if you're willing to get a little bit calloused, okay? Or are you just going to be a soft batch cookie, as our guy
Coach Locke says that,
Coach
right?
Los Locke.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a soft batch cookie. No. We're going to be callous. We're going to be tough. We're going to be hard. Stay hard, David Goggins.
What'd you have for breakfast? The bowl of nails. Yeah, what's so impressive about that? Without any milk. So here was Justin Frye on Take Rich Cibola and how he improved here through camp.
I think it's confidence in how he's playing. Once again, like as you get older as a lineman, the game slows down. I think it's really starting to slow down for him. Using his physicality, using his size, using his strength has been showing up a lot. And so, yeah, he's been getting thrust in there. And the beautiful thing about this place, as always, is the guys he's going across with, Tyleek and Ty and Hayro. And I mean, we've got some dudes over there that are showing up. And so when you're practicing, you're getting real reps. And so you can examine the good and the bad and what happens, why did it work, and keep doing it. And when you get beat or you give something up, why did that happen as well? And he's when he's been thrust in there, like he hasn't backed down, and he's doing some good stuff.
How about Donovan Jackson as well? Hearing from him what the O-line can improve upon here still with you got mock game coming up tomorrow, and then, of course, Akron next week.
Just simplifying it and just running off the ball. I know Coach Frye's given us a lot of tools in terms of hand placement and what we can do to gain leverage and, displace guys off the line of scrimmage. So it's just using what we've learned to execute in game and improve it in practice.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
Give us the tools, Beam.
Give us the tools that we can be able to thrive here, and especially at that position, Bob. I mean, it's just about refining your technique, and you mentioned it, becoming callous and becoming a unit that can move through the season and hopefully just knock people off the ball.
Let's think, Teger's a huge dude. Like, he has a chance to be really physical, but there's a toughness element that needs to come into play, a reliability element, dependability, and being able to do those things consistently. So it's good to see Donovan Jackson out there getting it done. He's kind of the leader of that offensive line group, him and Fryer. So those two guys, they've got to be driving that thing. There's the veteran presence there, the guys that have been here and played for a long time.
What about Buckeye Center? We're expecting Seth McLaughlin to get a start here next Saturday.
Sarah's son
against Akron. Just how he's grateful here now to be a Buckeye.
I love the guys in the room. I mean, I can look at these guys when we go out to practice every day, and I'm doing it for the love of the guys in the room. Trey Henderson always says, like, you got to do it for the love of your brother. And it might be cliche from a guy just getting here, but I actually have a deep feeling of love for the guys in this room and for this program.
Seems like the culture's working pretty fast on him.
He said, I will remember you, Beam. Will you remember me? Don't let this season pass you by, but weep not for our memory.
Depends on how this season goes.
Oh, exactly. He wants to get another bite at that apple, Beam. The national championship apple. Well, pool season is coming. It is going. Sharks got one more weekend. But doesn't mean you can't go see my friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone hormone replacement therapy industry. They're not just here to optimize those testosterone levels. No, they can do a lot of things for you. They can help you with weight loss and alleviate some of those symptoms that come with low T. They offer semaglutide injections that will help you cut the fat, cut the weight. And so you can pair that with testosterone and say goodbye to low libido and low energy, hello, weight loss, and muscle gain. And cruise around shirtless, wear a cutoff like Shark is right now. Be like my dude Schlegs in a tank, whatever you want to do. So check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
8 days to go before the Buckeyes kick off the season. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We will break down the last week of the offseason with him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, an accident blocking your right 3 lanes southbound 270 at 670. It's a slow go this morning as you make your way eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road. I'm Ashley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for two to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Join us for Gambling Things, Fantasy Sports, Gambling Things, and most importantly, Gambling Things. Hollywood Casinos on the Money, Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
The Fan.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
We go to war for you. It's motorcycle season here in Ohio. This is attorney Robert Scherger. Distracted driving is at a record high. We know the accident is not your fault. Let us go to war for you if a negligent driver ruins your summer.
WarForYou.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
A Friday edition of the program. Brandon B. Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And as always, at this time, every single Friday, We are joined by the commissioner.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
And Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. He is Austin Ward, A-Ward Sports. Happy last non-football Friday of the entire year. Buckeye camp last night. Got a chance to talk to Ryan Day yesterday. Anything pop out to you when you were getting to chat with him last night?
Nothing crazy on Thursday night for Ohio State. It's great to be with you guys, and it is great that this is the last Friday that is not a football game eve for the Buckeyes. When we talk next week, I can't wait for that. But the offensive line was also out there at the Woody last night. The last position group available throughout training camp. So saved one of the more intriguing groups for last. And I was curious with Ryan Day and Justin Frye if they, were ready to finalize that group of five. If Tegra Shabola, who it seemed like had been pulling ahead at right guard, if he was officially going to be named a starter. And Ohio State wasn't ready to do that yet. So they have a mock game this weekend to go through some of the final paces. Said maybe they'd make some decisions like that. They're going to have to put somebody out there to take the first snap. I do think that it'll be Tegra Shabola, but the more, I talked with Ryan Day and the coaching staff and the rest of the Buckeyes out there. I think that they still really believe and also, want Carson Hinsman to remain in that mix for what he can provide and all the improvements and both physical and approach and everything else experience that he's made throughout this offseason. I think that there was some uncertainty and hand-wringing. Oh gosh, that's the last spot. That's the biggest question mark for Ohio State. I think they've built more depth, especially on the interior of the offensive line than maybe they were getting credit for. And even if they don't name one definitive starter for 8 days from now, that group is still going to be really good and has the ability to play more than just five starters.
So when you met with the offensive line, Austin, were they still outside, just spread all out? Did you guys have to wear masks, hazmat suits? Have we kicked the disease, the illness, the sickness that was taking over that room?
Yeah, I don't think that they are any more down with the sickness. I think that has worked its way through. I asked a few of those guys, just like, Donovan Jackson and Josh Fryer, even Justin Frye, what it was like to get through this month, because it had a lot of earmarks of being in 2020 all over again. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't fun for them. And, even somebody like Donovan Jackson has not been able to practice fully throughout this month for reasons that are not related to the illness. So it wasn't a smooth journey for this offensive line. And in some ways, though, Bob, going through that, you don't ever want to, but it forced them to adapt, not just the way that they meet, but also the positions that some of those guys play. Like Josh Fryer was saying, well, there were days that he had to take both the ones and the two reps. This is a veteran with a year of starting experience, a senior, and he's having to take double the reps. Normally, Ohio State would want to go the other way with that and, make sure that your starting right tackle is fresh and that he is ready to go. And that's, he just said that's the way it was. They had to get through practice. They had to find a way to do that. So that was a challenge for the veterans. It was also a challenge for younger guys. Austin Sareveld is someone who we've never really talked about as potentially playing tackle for Ohio State. There were days where that was, the only spot he was manning. He was out there at left tackle. And so they found out some things that they weren't expecting to. Some were good, some were not so much fun. But I think that in the end result, that might wind up being a positive, or at least they can take some positives out of something that nobody projected or wanted to deal with.
He is Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Austin, tell us about our 6'7" Australian punter, Nick McClarty.
Yeah, when this guy connects, I don't know that I've seen someone who can boom the ball further.
Let me ask you this question. How often does he connect?
Well, it is a bit like my golf game in that it can look really good for stretches, and there are others where you're just
meandering.
Well, maybe I should have used somebody else's golf game instead of mine, but it's I think that the consistency is coming. The 5 practices that we saw were in the first 8. So that was all at the start of camp. And you could see him blast one 80 yards, or it might come off the side of his foot and go less than 80 yards. There were some words that nobody likes to say in reference to the golf game that happened when we were out there. But I think that, and I was a little bit surprised by this, that Ryan Day, I think there were people even on the coaching staff that were surprised that Ryan Day was ready to make this move and say that Nick McCarty was going to be the starting punter for him. But they have found some more of that consistency. I think there's certainly an adjustment to, coming over from Australia, not having to have gone through, full spring practices or played the game, at a consistent level yet. And one of the issues is just like figuring out what's the best way to develop that rhythm to get the football off of his foot, because it's going from a much greater height than a lot of other punters that Ohio State has ever seen, or that anyone has ever seen, because this guy is 6'7", so it takes a while to get the timing down, and it does seem like that is happening, and the frequency with which he's making good contact is happening a lot more. So you never. Maybe Bob believes this way because he played for someone who really loves the punt as a weapon. But if you're in a tough situation, somebody who can flip the field the way Nick McCarty might be able to could very well be a weapon.
Well, it helps bail you out sometimes if your offense is struggling. Flip the field, get a defensive stop, you reset. Instead of being on your own 10, maybe you're on your own 35 if you can get a 3 and out. So it gives you that opportunity there, and especially when there's wind and other factors into play. Austin, so training camp is officially done here this weekend. Are there any other questions, things that you learned heading into game week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Ohio State will have to punt very often, so I want to make that clear. That I didn't register that as being a massive development because this team is going to be really, really good. I think the position there that was of intrigue was right guard. Not going to be an answer, and I don't really think that that's a concern that Ohio State doesn't have to. You
feel good about the depth there then after hearing Frye talk and Ryan?
Yeah, and I think I was already feeling better about it, but the way that the mentality, the way these guys are talking about the challenge ahead of them was, I think, really impressive. And I understand that people want to be skeptical about the offensive line because at the end of the year, in the Cotton Bowl, it's hard to get that performance out of your mind. But
what do you mean?
It was bad, but I think it's worth remembering that really wasn't Ohio State's starting line, and there was some scrambling going on. That one just needs to be ignored. Like there were still, and even if you want to go further, and the last play in the Big House, like if they could have given half a second more protection, Ohio State probably wins that game. But I do think that there is very good depth developing there, and it's weird it feels weird for me, I guess, to be so focused on that group up front, but everything else is just as expected. A very talented depth chart, guys who are making cases to be the best in their country, best in the country at their position, both at running back, at wide receiver, the entire secondary, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau, like it's remarkable to go through a camp and see this stuff all playing out and what this could become. But there were only a couple spots of intrigue for this month, and if right guard they carry that, and I think they can, a rotation into the season, cool, that could be better for them over the course of the year. It sounds like Sonny Styles has separated a bit there at the will linebacker. I'm not really surprised by that. I'm not sure that you are either, Bob, but other than that, it's okay, well, what's going to happen at tight end? And Ryan Day even has, been pretty effusive in his recent praise for Will Kazmarek. So it does seem like all these things have played out in a way that, there weren't a ton of position battles, but they have resolved in a way that, even if they're not a surprise, should be encouraging for Ohio State.
What do you have planned for your last off weekend of the season?
Well, Allie turned 40 on Tuesday, and then she left yesterday for
putting her on blast like that.
No, it's a celebration, Bob. I'm not. any birthday we'll celebrate, but that's a big one. So, she had a month of celebrations here, but then decided to leave the country with her college roommate, who has also turned 40 this month. They're on a cruise in the Bahamas. So I am just hanging out with Liv this weekend. I've learned my lesson not to call that babysitting, because that is my own child.
Correct.
But we are, we got a fans first for a future fan, package to learn football. She's really excited about. The box is sitting on her kitchen counter, so she wants to learn the rules of football this weekend. So I've got to actually do some work there to help. I think we're going to go over to Springfield to the dairy tomorrow. We've never done that.
Oh, that's great.
And then there's a trophy on the line on Sunday evening. So you might find us both at lower.com.
And I'll be sure to check the internet for some vids of Allie, too. That'll be great.
Well, she's 40. She's more protective of some of that information. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes for her.
Commish, have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for the time, as always. We'll check in next week on a Football Friday, all right?
Sounds great. See you guys.
There goes Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We get juice next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, watch for an accident blocking southbound 270 at 670. Your 3 right lanes are blocked. Traffic is stop and go as you approach. Eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road, a slow go there this morning. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip. But don't sweat that broken AC. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team has same-day service. Call the Waterworks at 614-333-9720 or schedule service on our website.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Meet animals from around the world as you explore the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Whether you're fascinated by the towering elephant or playful sea lions, we have it all at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Visit columbuszoo.org to plan your visit today.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam over here from my great friends over at Wendy's. And Wendy's new saucy nugs, well, they're here. That means the best nugs in the entire game are now even better. You can choose between Wendy's iconic crispy or spicy nugs covered in bold, flavorful sauces, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and even spicy ghost pepper. Eat them with a fork, eat them with your hands, eat them for lunch, eat them after midnight. There's no wrong answer. For a whole new way to nug, it's got to be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks, they make it easy to care for growing minds and stomachs. And with their Deals for School Days program, you'll enjoy savings on thousands of items throughout the store. But don't wait. Featured items are only available at these low prices for a limited time. So stop in and stock up for the ultimate back-to-school pantry. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at another sunny day out there. Cool weather for the morning commute. Temperatures working their way up to the 70-degree mark by the noon hour today. We'll push into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Clear weather tonight. Temperature back down to the upper 50s with a high near 90 for Saturday as mostly sunny skies continued. A long stretch in the 90s kicks off this weekend and goes into next week. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
We're here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bob, big Friday, buddy. Last non-football Friday for the Buckeyes. We got football Friday, of course, for the high schoolers getting underway tonight in Central Ohio and all across the state. What's got you fired up, man?
Let's play some Arthur Brooks here.
What are the habits of happy people? I'm always trying to work my brain chemistry optimally so that I have 3 hours a day of unmitigated creativity. The best way to do that is to get up an hour and a half before dawn. Modern neuroscience shows that if you get up while it's still dark, you're going to have greater creativity and focus for the rest of the day. Beat yourself up while not trying to tax your cognitive abilities while doing it. I'm talking about serious resistance training and high intensity cardio. Then after that is when I do my prayers. I go to Mass every day. I'm a Catholic. So I go to Mass every day at 6:30. By 7:15, I'm home. Then I have a whole bunch of psychostimulant in terms of caffeine. And then I get 3 uninterrupted hours of pure creativity.
Hey, I get 3 hours of pure uninterrupted creativity, too, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. every day.
So you come in here with me, Beam.
I also get up an hour and a half before dawn.
What also has me juiced is the fact that I just got that Scream mask order put in, sending over to AJ's house.
You're sick.
It'll be pretty exciting here.
I can't wait for him to find that out that you're going to do that at 8:35.
It's going to be juicy. He's going to be juicy. It's going to be juicy for him. So super juiced about that. And then Wednesday night, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. We did a full walkthrough of our son RJ's classes. It was 2 hours at court. Is this thing for RJ, the high school, really 2 hours?
Is this where they do like the mini classes? Like each class is like 10 minutes long, 12 minutes long, however.
It's like, 8. It's really, I think, 7 because there's 8 periods.
But you walk through the schedule,
whole thing.
Correct?
You go in, you sit in his first period for 7 minutes. But they give the parents 7 minutes to get to the next class. And I go, there's no way they do that. And the principal's like, no, it's 4.
Yeah.
And like RJ has one where he has to go first to third floor. And I'm like, ooh, this is rough. Like bumpy on them. The court's like, oh, this is hard. I'm like, well, you either got to go vertical or horizontal. I would rather probably go up and down stairs than I would. Lancaster High School, it was sprawling. It was so, but Arlington didn't have the space, so you have to go up and vertical. But it was fun. Went through there, got to meet all his teachers and, go through that, see everybody. So that was pretty awesome to kind of walk through. And you see the parents of like, your kids' friends and kind of figure out who's in what class with them. And it's unbelievable. His English, his ELA, English Language Arts, it has a Star Wars. Shark would love this. It's based upon Star Wars.
Right.
It's like a whole Star Wars theme. And we walk in, the dude's playing the theme song, And like they base
the
all
theme
of the
song
stuff.
or
the song, not the march. Shark would be playing that as he's marching in, and his flags of Nazi Germany and Stalin's Russia and everything else. That's what they were basing it off of. No, it was the good stuff, but it was unbelievable seeing all that and meeting some of those folks. So it was tremendous. It was a lot of fun doing all that, and it's the weekend, so I know Shark's juiced up with a little bit of slugs.
I got to play my first round of golf at a charity event. Honestly, I have not swung a golf club in an entire year. All I need is about 20 minutes on the range, figure some stuff out. But guess what? All gas, no brakes.
I wish my golf game was good enough that I only needed 20 minutes on the range and I'd be, Hideki Matsuyama.
I found that out the hard way first time I played against him.
Yeah,
Yes,
I told you. I tried to tell you, Beav, I'm going to give him 10 strokes a while ago. I would be careful with that.
It was a stroke a hole over 9 holes.
Yeah, like, what are you doing, you freaking lunatic? I go, Shai's can hit the ball like 300 yards. Sam's, by the end of the round, you're caddying for Sam.
Seriously, I mean, he literally from 10 cup, he was just ball. I'm like, Sam, these are my golf balls. Ball. Now you're just going to lose my golf balls into the
Take me a bicycle, Cloud.
Exactly.
Grab my bag.
Miss P is coming over today. Going to stay the night with us.
Good news, Shark. I saw this. People that actively engage and, quote, babysit their grandkids live like 30% longer.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So
good news. Really good news.
Yeah.
She has she's only 16 months old. She has problems with her GRs. So Grandpa comes out, Papa, and I will hear 100 times this weekend, "Hi, Papa. Hi, Papa."
That's good.
"Hi, Pia. Hi, Papa." I'd like to say it drives me nuts.
It's amazing how
really
quickly they learn, isn't it?
They learn.
Crazy.
She learns about 15 new words every week.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the mind thinks. And then I got to say this, Jose Ramirez became the first member of the Guardians in history to have two 30-30 seasons. Joe Carter had one. Grady Sizemore had one. Jose becomes the only one with two. That's the good news. That had me juiced because it was a rough road trip, 1-5 Beam.
What had you juiced in a negative way about that, Sean?
Oh, my gosh.
Did you? We'll do it in the re-rack. Some of the stats coming out of that road trip are pretty bad. What's got me fired up today? Love interacting with the YouTube chat. Stu said, Beamer, I want you to know I'm getting Bill's Donuts tomorrow. Want to hear how jealous you are. Good news for you, Stu, is that I'm going back to the 937 this weekend. And Willie's at a point in time now where I feel like he can have his first Bill's Donut experience. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow morning, which will be fantastic. So going back there, Bob, got a couple of...
Tell your mom he'll be with Lori H.
Yeah, apparently knows my mom, which is either terrifying or awesome at the same time. But that's great. Super excited to go back. Got hanging out with some friends tonight.
Don't you want to come back with Beam?
Hanging out with some friends tonight, which will be a cool time. And then tomorrow got a little birthday party to go to, family cookout, all kinds of good things on the last off weekend for Ohio State of the season. So just going back there and hanging out this weekend, which will be fantastic. Juice Vampire Theo had me up all night last night. All night. Had diarrhea. It was terrible. Had to let him out like every 45 minutes. Not sure exactly what he got into. But
Just put him on the clip outside and just leave him out there, Beam.
I mean, he didn't even need to. He's got a fence. He'd be fine sleeping outside. It was a mild evening. It's perfect.
Get him a doghouse out there. Let him stay outside.
He doesn't need that. Yes, he does. He's a big couch hippo. That's literally all he does. Is hang out on the couch. That's what he is, man. And protect the house. Knock on the door. He looks at me like, "You gonna get that?"
Yeah.
Oh man, you should be the one getting that. How has the game changed since Urban Meyer left college football? You're gonna hear from him coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, watch for an accident blocking southbound 270 at 670. 3 right lanes are blocked. Traffic stop and go as you approach. Eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road, a slow go there with heavy traffic volumes this morning. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, Now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, "Ah, a talking window."
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just out by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, from first downs and touchdowns
right.
to turnovers, no, and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice! Let's go! This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The Bengals wrapped up their preseason with a 27-14 loss to the Colts. Cincinnati went 0-3 in the preseason. Bengals safety Jordan Battle had a 9-yard interception return for a touchdown. In baseball, Paul Skeens' incredible rookie season continued last night as the Pirates blanked the Reds 7-0. Skeens pitched 6 shutout innings, striking out 9. He improved to 8-2 on the season. It's the 11th time that Cincinnati has been shut out. In New York, Aaron Judge's 48th homer broke a scoreless tie in the 4th inning. The Yankees went on to blank the Guardians 6-0. Cleveland managed just one hit in the game, a single by Stephen Kwan to lead off the game. In golf, Keegan Bradley shot a 666 in the first round of the BMW Championship in Colorado. He has a one-stroke lead over Hideki Matsuyama. The Sports Center is sponsored by Roosters. They're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us. On a Friday, Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here, 8:35, on his way to Ireland, AJ Hawk. He will join the program. Talk all things getting ready to go over there. So AJ's going to join us coming up here in about 35 minutes time. 8:35 will be the time of that.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Bulls 27, Bengals 14 last night. I don't know. Didn't really take anything away from preseason games.
Bad ball I can take away. So I saw a little bit of that. Anthony Richardson throws a touchdown and then throws this atrocious pick six.
Is a bad one.
I mean, that's not good. So I think what he's going to be during his career is a lot of feast and a lot of famine. He'll do some really great things, and then he'll do stuff like that, and you'll be like,
it's a middle of the field comeback route. What was it? 5-6 yards, Bob. Yeah. Comeback route, and then you threw it behind the receiver right into the pocket of a defender.
Yeah. So I think you'll see some of that.
It's preseason. Iron the kinks out.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the last preseason game.
Yeah, it is. They got a game coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Better get that figured out. Those kinks, you better get that iron and get a hot beam.
Brownies at the Seahawks tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Deshaun practiced yesterday, though, Shark, so you're good. His arm said it was feeling a little bit better. I doubt that they're going to play in that game. It was an awful day for baseball in Ohio yesterday. Yankees 6, Guards nothing.
Boo.
Got shut out for that. Home against the Rangers tonight for a 3-game stand, and then the Pirates 7, Reds nothing. So both teams getting shut out. I wonder on FanDuel if you were to parlay that together, and say both the Reds and the Guardians to score 0 runs in yesterday's game.
Jeez.
What the odds on that will be. They got a first pitch tonight at 6:40. Crew at home against LAFC coming up on Sunday. That is a 7:15 kickoff over at lower.com field. It says 7:15. It'll probably be 7:30, honestly. So chance in a rematch game from MLS Cup last December against LAFC. We had Chris Doran, play-by-play man of your Columbus Crew, on in the 6 o'clock hour. You can take a listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts at, or you can watch the YouTube show after we're done.
YouTube.
And take a listen to what Chris had to say about that game.
AJ coming up in a half hour.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Chris, and he kind of alluded to it. What do you make of this Leagues Cup thing, right? I mean, because it's new. You asked him would you put this on the pantheon of Crew achievements, and he was like, fourth.
I mean,
fourth.
He didn't really sound all that positive about that. And then the player pay, which was very curious too. You're playing more games and you're winning. Yeah. And doing good things for the club. How is that built in?
Listen, you got to the final. It's a chance to hoist the trophy. You want to win this game.
Well, because then you said you're into the round of 16. So.
Yeah, auto qualifier into the round of 16. With your berth into the final, you're automatically into the Champions Cup for next year.
CONCACAF. So
you're already into that.
That's exciting. Beam, you want to have a little fun right now?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I forgot we had a bunch of stuff and juice that I had to get through. Shark cuts all this wonderful stuff for me, but it is Friday.
Yeah.
It's the last Friday before the start of football season, and Beam, you get incepted with a lot of stuff in your timeline. Mm-hmm. And this I saw, and my gosh, it's over 20 years old. And maybe it's because I've been liking stuff by Matt Damon and Jerry Seinfeld and Vince Vaughn about how movies and TV used to be made and how it was really good, because you think of an idea and it didn't have to be IP like Battleship and making board games and turning video games into movies. Right. Have an idea about something that's cool that everybody kind of does and make it cooler and make it fun, make it awesome. And here's a little Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson for you.
Look at the way he's looking at me. I can tell he doesn't like me, John. He's the Secretary of Treasury. And to be honest with you, my taxes aren't exactly in line. Oh, come on. You're being paranoid. He's threatened by the way I dance. Damn it. Why'd I have to go showing off like that? Now I'm all over his radar. Stupid. You're not that good a dancer. Oh, please. You and I both know I'm a phenomenal dancer. Now I know you're lying through your teeth. You'll do anything to get me to go on this thing, even if I have to walk right into the lion's den.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to give it into this kind of behavior.
She's like a kid at Toys R Us. I can't be around it.
Don't get off your high horse. Stop judging people.
You take off the white wig. You stop judging me. I don't want to be around someone who's a nut job.
I need some alone time with her.
If you want to hang out with Claire, the boyfriend, and Sybil, by all means, I'm not going.
Well, let me lay it out for you in simple chapter and verse. You're going.
Let me break it down for you so you understand. I'll hold your hand like a small child. I'm not going.
Yes, you are.
You can go if you want.
You're going to be King Claire for once in your life.
No, I'm not.
He'd love you to come.
Yes! Yes! That was good
news. It's so great.
We lost a lot of good men out there playing for the Yankees. Yeah, trades and unruly fans.
I mean, it was great. I saw that. I was like, you know what?
That movie's 20 years old, man.
It is.
That's crazy.
It's wild. And watching Vince Vaughn right there was tremendous. Owen Wilson, just the tempo and speed of the rapport back and forth.
Tell that one to the Dalai Lama.
Exactly. He was like a kid at Toys R Us.
Make me a bicycle clown. That's such a great scene when they're in the tent. I mean, but once they get to the island, I mean, that's really where it loses control.
I learned a lot in the
about
dinner.
The grandma
scene.
The grandma, she educates you on a lot of things.
Things that go on underneath the table.
Holy shirts and pants.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Don't let the big guy fool you. We do turn a little bit of a profit.
It might be time for grandma to go to bed.
I mean, the fact that you have why am I blanking? You have Bradley Cooper just acting like a little sea otter.
He's like wiping his face. I mean, that honestly, that scene and
it's out of control.
And the Meet the Parents scene where Ben Stiller is Geppetto. He's
milking the cat.
Milking a cat. He's his little teats and. I got milkers.
I have nipples, Greg.
Could you milk me? You can milk anything with nipples. I mean, those two scenes are ridiculous. What's simple about them is it's just a dinner scene.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's just someone telling a story at dinner that goes completely off the rails, and you're not sure what's going to happen next. The first time I watched both of those, I felt like I needed a cigarette and a shower.
Totally.
Like, I'm uncomfortable and I'm not even there. And it's not even real. But it was so over the top.
It's an all-time great movie. For me, at least. I think I saw that in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Wedding Crashers?
Yeah, I would have been right in middle school. Like, it was, I don't know whose parent decided that they were going to take us all to go see it.
Just throw it to Claire, make her feel a little good out there. I mean, I was first team All-State. I can make it rain out here. I can put the ball wherever I want. And I look over and Bradley Cooper's doing the bicycle warm-ups up in the air.
He's crawling towards the line of scrimmage.
The polo on, the long sleeve.
Yeah.
It looked like you pulled him out of a Ralph Lauren magazine.
And you can challenge the Klingons for intergalactic glory.
I mean, it was so great because it just played on like the Kennedy's flag football stuff and everything. Oh, it was so tremendous.
It was, yeah, you're right. It is really great. I got to go back. Maybe I'll watch that this weekend. Maybe that'll be like my 10 o'clock.
Just to see Jane Seymour.
Hot route. I don't know what hot route means.
Let's go to the other side. Jane Seymour is tremendous in it. There's just so many good characters.
Her walking.
You think, hey, where'd she go? She's still in the house?
I'm reading Don't Kill Myself books. You doing all right? It's a terrific.
When saw Chaz.
Chaz? What's Chaz up to now? You crashing funerals? Hey, look at me. I'm hang gliding. Now I'm dead. What an idiot. I was listening to Urban Meyer and Nick Saban the other day, and just take a listen to this because Urban was talking pretty candidly about the game changing, and college football has obviously changed, Bob, and it's going to continue to change and all kinds of different things. And listen to Urban Meyer and Nick Saban just kind of chop it up a little bit about what has changed over the recent years around the college game.
Boy, the evolution of the game has been amazing. And I look back when we first started coaching back in the 80s. As the calendar began to change at the end of your career and my career before you, was that I found it was very hard to spend time with your own team. When they started pumping those official visits in the spring, that wore me, I just felt like I wasn't doing justice to our current team, our current roster. What's your thoughts on that evolution that took place during your last half of your career?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about the fact is we've passed a lot of legislation relative to college football that has made it more difficult to spend time with your current team, even though it's necessary now to spend a lot of time with the current team because you got to recruit the players on your team all the time because basically they're free agents twice a year. I think the biggest change was when, as you mentioned, when they changed the recruiting calendar to allow spring and summer visits. That really took away from those were almost sacred times. But when spring recruiting was over, you had a lot of time to spend with your team, especially, throughout the summer, even though you weren't allowed to go out there and coach them. You could spend a lot of time with them. That's all kind of disappeared. And I think the biggest change for me as a coach was how much responsibility you had to put on the strength coach and other people in the organization who couldn't recruit as much, that they had to have great relationships to try to reinforce the culture that you were trying to get your players to compete to. So it was dramatic change from in just the last 5 years.
Two of the all-time greats chopping it up there about what has changed in college ball, and both of them being pretty adamant about spending less time with the players and more time on the road recruiting.
Yeah, and like your current players, the investment that happens. Yep. And like, Nick says, you couldn't be out there coaching in the summer, but that's when you get to, trying to like explain this to folks, like it's a less stressful time in the summer. Like you're not practicing after spring ball, you're not in camp, you're not preparing for games. And so the coaches would just be able to be around. And so you could have some more personal moments with them that were like non-football related. You have some jokes, and we'd always, Fick would come in, and it was kind of unique because he was about 10 years older than AJ and I, and like 4 years older than Schlegs. So, we could have like points of commonality and, make jokes about movies and, things like that. And so that was the time where you kind of build that personal relationship and that development and what that meant and how then you build it and then how that carries over to the season because you have a trust. There's a personal relationship. The coach has your best interest at heart. And when they get on you, it's like, okay, I get this. We're fine. It's not personal. We're just trying to get better.
Absolutely, man. And I feel like nowadays we've seen a lot of coaches, and take Chip Kelly, for example, right?
Yep.
Active head coach at UCLA. decides to step away from that program and take an offensive coordinator role. Now, it's a unique position where he has had a long history with Ryan Day, but all these guys have talked about, Bob, actually wanting to get back to coaching football and everything that comes along now with being a head coach. I feel like there's so many different hoops you have to jump through, a lot of I's you got to dot, a lot of T's you got to cross, and like they're not actually coaching that much, and they're more just kind of managing an overall business is what they're doing.
Exactly. It's like you're the CEO running everything now, and there's just a lot of different levers that were not there before. Like there's more things to attend to, and so that's some of the stuff that they have to deal with, and it's probably hurt some of those relationships, minus the probably that you have with your current players, and to make sure, like, hey, I know that maybe you didn't play a lot in spring ball. Here's why. Here's what's happening. Here's where we need to get better, and you can have those conversations and talk a little bit.
Sonny Styles transition from safety down into the box to linebacker. He's going to be just fine. You'll hear from Ryan Day on that front coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This morning, watch for an accident blocking westbound 670 at Neal Avenue. Southbound 270 at 670, an accident blocks your right 2 lanes. Traffic is slow as you approach. We're seeing delays westbound US 33 at 270 with an accident blocking your right shoulder. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is backed by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Bob's Discount Furniture is coming to Polaris, and Bob's Discount Furniture wants you to win big this football season. It's easy. Get online and go to 971thefan.com to register to win a $1,000 gift card to Bob's Discount Furniture, so you can watch your favorite football team sitting in your new Bob's recliner or couch this season. Wow. That's $1,000 from Bob's Discount Furniture. All you have to do is register to win on the Fans Contest page at 971thefan.com. Hurry, contest ends Wednesday, August 28th. See complete contest details online at 971thefan.com.
Mega Millions! The Ohio Lottery Mega Millions jackpot is up to $527 million. So I'm shouting it from my rooftop. Go play Mega Millions today. Then help me get down. And don't miss out on the excitement of Keno with 300 draws every day. Pick your numbers. Pick your wagers. Keno is always fun. Your way.
Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Your Saturdays are now full, and Sundays. And don't forget about Monday and Thursdays, too. You know the drill. It's football season. We are your home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and the NFL. If you change the channel, you're a loser. The Fan.
Why choose the Hinderer Motor Company? We don't just sell vehicles, we build relationships. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 top-tier dealerships and a state-of-the-art collision center, we're here for you every step of the way. From our exclusive Carvenience service that handles everything from pickup to delivery, to our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance, we make your life easier. And every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty because we believe in what we sell. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Does our waiter look familiar?
I think he was the Plum Insurance mascot.
If all insurance companies were like NJM and didn't use gimmicks, then their mascots would have to get real jobs.
That explains the long purple hair in my soup.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Do you have foot pain?
Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at lots of sunshine today. A few passing clouds will be all the skies have to offer. Temperatures up to around the mid-70s for lunch. Will be in the mid-80s for the afternoon. We'll see more clear weather tonight. Temperature falling down to around the 60-degree mark, some upper 50s. We're up near 90 for Saturday. Mostly sunny and into the 90s by Sunday. 90s continue through most of next week. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
It's Friday. That means high school football, well, it is back here in Ohio. The Fan Game of the Week kicks off tonight. At 7 o'clock, we got Harvest Prep at Pickerington Central. And after the game, it's the Byers, Dublin, Subaru Overtime with Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran. High school football right here, back on the Fan. Love high school football, man. It's terrific.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Massillon take on NFL Academy on the YouTube stream last night. I'm just the NFL's straight up YouTube stream.
I love that they have an NFL Academy that's in Europe.
Yeah.
Did you say that they go to school? Like,
yeah, I was looking it up. They go to some like university to like do schoolwork, but it didn't say anything really about like their curriculum.
I'd move over there and let my kids do that.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good,
great.
Doesn't it?
Don't have to play school, just play football,
That's
get a little
it.
tutoring.
That's all you got.
It's like an IMG for football.
Get some culture, go over there, hang out in London for a little bit.
Why not?
Sounds pretty solid. Who do the Gales have tonight?
It's a great question. Arlington, I got to look at who Lancaster has. Arlington has Glenville.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they've got a linebacker over there that Buckeyes taking a look at. So get a little scouting report and figure that out. See what he looks like. Excited to see that. And then, yeah, they got a game. My son, they play Pick Central tomorrow for the freshman game. So.
Okay. Are they first up? The freshmen?
I think they're second after JV because they go from like 11 to 2. So I'm guessing probably JV are from like 9 to 11, I'm guessing.
Lancaster has Akron North today.
Okay. Here we go.
Elks have got Lakota East at Lakota East tonight.
I met a guy from, I've met a bunch of people from Lakota West.
Lakota is they have multiple schools. They got East and West. I mean, it is a massive school district.
All the Codas are big. North Dakota, South Dakota. Lakota, East, West.
Yeah.
But I've met a bunch of people from Lakota, but they've always been from Lakota West.
Really?
I've never met anybody from Lakota East.
Weird. I feel like traditionally I know more people from Lakota East than West.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I told the guy. Yeah. I've met probably 100 people in my life from Lakota. They've all been, maybe sans one or two, from Lakota West. I mean, I feel like Lakota East to me is like East Germany. Like, they can't come across. I haven't met any of these people.
Lakota East is the one if you were driving down 75. If you're driving down 75, if you pass Dayton, not almost to Cincinnati, but it's right there on the right-hand side if you're traveling south. Like you can see Lakota East High School right there.
And then Lakota West, obviously, is on the west side, closer to 71,
Correct.
which is where I've been, and we've gone there for, like, combines and different things. But the schools look the same, so, I mean, I assume they're, like, twins of each other, but
I think
I've never
West
been.
is maybe a little bit better. I don't
West
know.
is best?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't know anything. Ryan Day, speaking to the media yesterday, what about Sonny Styles' his transition down to the box? How has he fared in camp so far?
Sonny has really stepped up and played well. He's made this transition from safety to linebacker very well. I think he did a nice job in the spring, but you could definitely see as he went into the summer, just bigger, stronger, being more comfortable closer to the line of scrimmage. It's different when you're closer to the line of scrimmage. He's doing a better job getting his hands on offensive linemen and getting off of blocks. Using a better job, doing a better job with his hands. I think he understands the communication. The linebackers always have to be involved at the front. And they got to be involved and fit into the back end. He's doing that. I think he's looking forward to playing in a game and getting an idea of what it all looks like. But I can tell you in practice, he's playing fast, he's playing violent, and I think he's he does a nice job of taking the meeting to the field, being very intentional about his work, but playing really hard.
Excited to see Sonny in his transition down to the box, Bob, and what that looks like. Again, I mean, he has played a lot of snaps here, so running out there, it's not like he's transitioning from safety to linebacker, has never played in a game in front of Ohio Stadium. That is something he has done before. Yeah. So not really worried about that aspect, but it is, and I wouldn't say worried is the correct word for it, but interested to see how he does and how those mechanics have kind of changed for him.
Yeah, it's just a different position.
Yeah.
But he's played a lot. He's been on that field. He's ready for, the spotlight's been there. So that's not the worry. And he's looked really good in practice. So I'm excited to kind of see, and you got to think, he's going against some really good running backs, tight ends, offensive linemen are very talented, and they've moved him around, and he has thrived. So I love to see guys, when you put them in new experiences, and it's an adventure of trying to figure out what to do and how to do it, and he has done a great job with that and only continued to get better. He's a taskmaster, so it's been tremendous.
Ryan Day, just assessing the offseason so far and Buckeye training camp.
Coming out of preseason, you want to have some of your questions answered for sure. You want to have them all answered. You make assumptions, based on what you see in preseason, and then once you get into the season, you figure out what those things are, and the ones that are accurate, you keep enhancing. The ones you don't, you just you got to address, and I think that's what we got to get done here as we head into the first couple games of the season. I think we had an opportunity to build some depth at certain positions, which is important. As you said, what is the season going to look like? That was one area that we knew we had to build in the offseason. We felt like we did that in terms of the talent acquisition and the roster, but you also have to go on the field now, put it on the field, and work on the techniques and the fundamentals that we have to go put on the field, learn the scheme in all three phases, which started back in the spring. But we'll find out here once we get going. But yet to be seen. But I feel like in this preseason, there's been an edge to our team. I feel like we've been consistent. I think it's been back and forth, offense and defense, which is usually a good sign. So we'll keep grinding on this thing. We got a mock game going on Saturday in the stadium, and then come up for air on Sunday and start game planning for Akron.
Interesting to note, Ryan Day yesterday too, Bob, and I haven't been out at practice, said that he will be very heavily involved in special teams this year as well.
Oh yeah, well, that frees up the coach to be more, when you're not calling the plays, you're going to be involved in more game management, which most of the game management is special teams. Go for it. How you're going to kick, where you're going to kick, what if you're going to kick a field goal, punt, there's all kinds of different elements. When you're taking the wind, when you're not, all of those things fall on the head coach. You usually have someone help you with them, and thankfully now, Chip is taking over the heavy weight of the offense, so that he's able to then solve those problems and be involved in more of the game management. We
got a question on Twitter from Vance on Sonny Styles, and I think this is an interesting comparison. And he said, is Sonny supposed to be like a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in Cleveland?
He's a lot bigger than Jeremiah.
Yeah.
He's JOK. JOK's like 225.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny Styles is my size.
Sonny Styles.
He moves really well, but he is a monster. So, yeah, I think that there is a little bit of that JOK stuff, but he's a guy that I think you'll eventually start seeing coming off the edge. He'll be in cover. He can do just about everything, given his physical gifts.
And he's already been in coverage, too.
Yeah,
he's just creeping up on the line.
Yeah. Coming down to the line is what's tougher, and learning all that, the physicality of it and strength, but he's done a very good job with it.
AJ Hawk, he's on his way to Ireland. He will join us coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Watch for an accident blocking eastbound 270 at 670, westbound 670 at Neal Avenue. An accident blocks your right shoulder. Disabled vehicle blocking westbound 70 at US 33, westbound US 33 at 270. An accident blocks your right shoulder. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Oh my. OAR. Live in concert. Summer Tour 24. August 29th at Kimba Live Outdoor. With special guests, Right, and DJ Logic. Buy tickets now at AXS.com and the Penn Station box office. OAR Live, brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer and Promo West Productions.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken full line sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam over here for my great friends over at Wendy's. And Wendy's new Saucy Nugs, well, they're here. That means the best nugs in the entire game are now even better. You can choose between Wendy's iconic crispy or spicy nugs covered in bold, flavorful sauces, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and even spicy ghost pepper. Eat them with a fork, eat them with your hands, eat them for lunch, eat them after midnight. There's no wrong answer. For a whole new way to nug, it's got to be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Davir Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hot under the collar? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix that fast. 1-800-COOLING.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Georgesville and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
The delicious ice-cold taste of Dr. Pepper has a lasting effect on people. Lindsay from Sacramento said,
Pro tip, 40 degrees is the perfect temperature for an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
why is 40 degrees the perfect temperature for Dr. Pepper? We brought in Sue from Duluth, Minnesota to tell us.
Oh, yeah, I know a thing or two about cold. Oh, that right there is the perfect kind of ice cold for Dr. Pepper. I'd share that with my friend Nancy. She likes Dr. Pepper, too, you know. My coldest...
All right, that'll be all, Sue. Having a perfect temperature for your Dr. Pepper? It's a Pepper thing. Inspired by real fan posts.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, folks, you've heard us talk a lot about it. That would be FanDuel. Not just our favorite sports book. That would be America's #1 sports book. And we've got something a little bit different for you. Now through September 22nd, not just new customers to FanDuel, but all customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. It's very easy. With a YouTube TV base plan, you're going to be able to watch every single regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. And all you need is a Google account and a current form of payment. And you can cancel it at any time. If you would like to do that, that's no problem. I'm a couch hippo. I'm like Theo on Sundays. All I do is watch NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, you sit down there, Bean, you get the quad box going, maybe another TV, 2 quad boxes, 8 games. You can watch all you want. I did it last year. It's fantastic. Going to do it again. So just go visit FanDuel.com/juice to download America's #1 sportsbook. Must be 21 older and present in Ohio. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after the free trial. No refunds, terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's check in with AJ on his way to Ireland.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, AJ Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, checking with our great friend. He is AJ Hawk. Age, happy Friday, buddy. I know that you got some big travel plans for the weekend. What's going on?
Oh, happy Friday to you guys. Yeah, just a little short trip to Ireland for me. First weekend of college game day, so I'm going to go down there and check things out and get back here Saturday night, so it should be fun.
Yeah, a little quick in and out. You're a jet setter, AJ. Usually, when you vacation, you're around water. You're a guy that, loves the beach, loves the ocean. You got to pack down that sunscreen. I mean, we're going to Ireland. This is kind of, akin to your wife's homeland. I feel like you can probably leave the sunscreen at home.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. I think I can. I don't think I'm going to be jumping in any water. Well, who knows, actually, what's going to happen. Yeah. I don't plan on it. But, yeah, I think, my pale skin that gets burnt very, very easy should be okay at this time of year over in Ireland.
You going to bring anything back? Like, are you bringing any of the Quinn crew? I feel like this is something that should be done as a family. Maybe Brady, Chopper, Beebs. Any of them over there just so they can get back to the motherland.
We'd like to. So Laura has been there. Brady's been there, too. He went last year during the whole Notre Dame thing. He was showing me some pictures of how crazy packed, the streets were where he was. It was pretty rowdy where Brady stayed. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. But none of the family's able to come on this trip, but they'll be coming back whenever we can spend some time over here and have some fun. But yeah, Chopper, my father-in-law, he's not making that flight. He doesn't want to travel to Dayton, so he's definitely not getting on a flight to go to Ireland.
So you're driving over to Indy right now. You're gonna do the show with Pat before you guys fly out. Before you get too far, can you put your passport in your hand to make sure that it's with you, so you don't have another Buckeye Cruise situation?
I checked actually about 5 minutes after I got on the road. I checked again to make sure I did have my passport. It's in my bag. Hopefully that counts. In worst case scenario, I took a picture of it. So, right, if I lose it, I can show them the picture. That should work. I'm sure they would understand.
What was the recourse on the Buckeye Cruise? how did we get that navigated?
Oh, explain it, sir.
Well, I was staying in UA. I woke up super early, realized I didn't have my passport. My brother was meeting me. I had to drive up to Dublin. I told my brother, hey, meet me at the airport, not the house, not in UA. I flew back to Dublin, picked up my passport in Dublin, and made it right before the plane took off. And luckily, Bob was there. Bob was probably holding the plane for me, so it was a good experience, I guess.
Oh, it was tremendous. Ryan checked his bag for him, got it through security. Yep. I think AJ actually just... AJ, you reminded me a lot. You've always reminded me of O.J. Simpson. I think that time, him running through the terminal right there, probably hurdled over top, threw your passport at him, hopped through. It was absolutely tremendous. So I'm excited. You're able to do anything. So that's the best part about you. We talked a little earlier this week, and when you were on XM with us, I know you're Chopper. He may not like to go to Dayton, but he does like scary movies. He got the boys now. Was it just Axel, or was it Vetter too that watched Scream with him?
Both of my two youngest, my 8 and my 7-year-olds, both, yes, watched Scream 2 with my father-in-law, Chopper.
So, I mean, what is Chopper a big fan of horror movies? Is he a fan of the Scream series? Like, how did this all come about? Sitting down there with the 1st and 3rd grader watching a little horror movie on a random day.
Yeah, well, I believe it was Sunday, and we got home in the afternoon for something. I was kind of scrolling around seeing whatever was on, and I saw Scream 2. Obviously, I love Scream 1. I haven't seen either of them in a long time, so I just put it on, and the boys were glancing at it, and then Chopper, my father-in-law, comes over and he sits down on the couch, and he basically made both of my young ones watch with them and didn't let them cover their eyes in the scary moments and everything. So I don't know. They still sometimes need like escorts to walk to the bathroom 5 feet away or anywhere else, but they seem to be kind of fighting through it and figuring it out.
I was gonna say, what's been the situation unfolding in your house? I mean, are we sleeping with the lights on at night, or what's happening?
They tried, yeah. They definitely tried. They tried to, soothe themselves a little bit, but my wife and I said, no, we gotta fight through this. We're sleeping with the lights off, just like business as usual. Yeah, there's little moments that pops up for them, and they definitely have questions as to why the murderer was wearing that mask, why he chose a knife, all different kinds of situations that they've been asking about. But I mean, it is an American classic, the whole Scream franchise.
Do they ever ask about the masks in your bedroom?
They do not, Bob. That's not it. They actually, whenever they spend the night at Uncle Bob's, they say, Dad, Uncle Bob has all these costumes and masks and tripods and all this stuff set up in his room. Why don't you have that? And I said, you know what, guys? I don't know. Me and Uncle Bob we're into different things.
He is AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Do you recall the first horror movie that you ever saw, and did it emotionally scar you?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I remember Candyman. That was big when I was a young kid, and they'd want you to go in the mirror at the elementary school and say Candyman multiple times, and people were scared to do it. So that was the first one I remember that kind of had an impact on me, where I kind of changed how I was moving around throughout the day. I was trying to, stay with other people and stay in well-lit areas.
So here's the good news, Age. When you get back from Ireland, there may or may not be a Scream mask that I'm going to order right now on Amazon and have shipped to your house. Would you wear that for the kids? I mean, would Chopper scare them with it? Who do you think is most likely? Beebs even? Who's most likely to dive in?
Probably all of us, but they'd probably want me to say I get home late Saturday night in the middle of the night, and I put that Scream mask on. I go up and just wake the boys and wake all my kids up and say, just want to let you guys know I'm home safe and sound. That initial wake up, that might ruin them for a couple of years, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
I mean, you'll be wearing the sweet, long sleeve black T-shirt as you traditionally wear, so you kind of got half the outfit already down.
You're right. I mean, honestly, I should the Scream character every year for Halloween. I'm pretty much there.
That's tremendous. Hey, I wanted to ask you this because Chops down here, Mark Finch, who is on with Bo, him and Beam both went to Centerville, and Centerville was playing Dublin last year, and Mark said, I went over there, couldn't find any of my Centerville gear. It was all at my parents' house. I go, you should have stopped by AJ's. He has plenty of it. But I said the one problem with him is he's worn it so much that it may have worn out. Do we still have any functioning elk shirts that do not have holes in them anymore?
No, I doubt. Not that I have a couple newer ones that, were sent later on by Brent Ulrey. But any of my original Centerville stuff, no. There's so many holes in the bottom of it from when you're doing dumbbell shoulder raises and you bring them together and chopping holes in them accidentally, and just from wearing the same shirts, the same probably 2 shirts for 4 or 5 years straight, every single workout and every single day. They do tend to wear out a little bit. I don't really have any vintage old school Centerville stuff that actually I could wear anymore.
Are you a big Guinness guy? How many pints are we going to have over the weekend when we're in Dublin, the home of Guinness?
Man, I am usually not, but as I get older, I try to, wherever I go, I want to make sure I enjoy whatever the locals do and whatever they enjoy. I like kind of, ingratiating myself with the locals. So yeah, I'll try. I'll give it a shot. People aren't chugging Guinness though too much, are they?
I mean, you can. I think you can show.
It's not that carbonated.
Well,
so I mean, you can get it down. Yeah.
You've got the.
You're right. Irish car bombs. You're right. All of that. I mean, I don't know what I'm getting into, but yeah, I'm gonna dabble and see what they. I think I could enjoy it a little bit.
Hey, when I know because Florida State's playing Georgia Tech, you're gonna be over there for game day. I know that Norvell wasn't there this time. Probably more Bobby Bowden, and it'd be tough to ask him, obviously, now. But I'm curious if you could, when you're over there, if you could find someone at Florida State that's been there for a while and ask them why they pulled Lance Harbor's scholarship.
Why they did that?
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean,
maybe it would have to be a Bowden, someone in the Bowden family, maybe one of them. I know Bobby, that's tough. But yeah, I'll get on that, Bob. I grew up. I enjoyed watching Florida State when I was a kid. That was, other than the Bucks, that was my squad. I enjoyed just strictly because my dad's friend used to buy me and my brothers Florida State starter jackets for Christmas every year. So that made me a fan.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Safe travels up to Ireland, and we'll check in again soon. All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
There you go. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to reveal our fan poll that has made Uncle Bo very mad next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is slow this morning. Watch for an accident blocking your right 2 lanes south on 270 at 670. Westbound 670 at Neal Avenue, an accident blocking your right shoulder. Stalled vehicle blocks westbound 70 at US 33. Westbound US 33 at 270, an accident blocking your right shoulder. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Excuse me, waiter. There's a hair in my soup. A long purple hair.
I'm so sorry. I'll get the manager.
I'm the manager. How can I help?
Wait, weren't you the Plum Insurance mascot?
What gave it away? My long purple fur?
Something like that.
What if all insurance companies were like NJM and were known for putting their policyholders first, not gimmicks? Then all those insurance mascots would have to get real jobs.
I'll pass on dessert.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
While the world whizzes by, enjoy a moment of me time with Tim Hortons $6 breakfast bundle. Savor a small hot or iced coffee, then add your choice of a mouth-watering hot breakfast sandwich and a crispy golden hash brown and your pick of a classic donut. All for $6, all just for you. Make your mornings all about me time with our $6 breakfast bundle. Available at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. Price and participation vary. Terms apply.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
Rockman and Ice.
I don't really mean it that he's not talented. He is very efficient, or could be, in this offense with the ultimate X factor.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house would look like with our new windows. See?
Oh, yeah. That definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey folks, Bobby Carpenter here. If you're ready to tackle any adventure, check out these unbeatable offers from Germain Toyota. Get behind the wheel of a rugged Toyota Tundra with 0% financing for 60 months. Yeah, that's right, 0%. Or if you're looking for something a bit more compact but just as awesome, lease the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma for just $329 a month for 36 months. These deals are rolling out so fast, so don't wait. Visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through September 15th, purchase high-quality GAF with Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at another sunny day out there. Cool weather for the morning commute. Temperatures working their way up to the 70-degree mark by the noon hour today. We'll push into the mid-80s for the afternoon. Clear weather tonight. Temperature back down to the upper 50s with a high near 90 for Saturday as mostly sunny skies continued. A long stretch in the 90s kicks off this weekend and goes into next week. I'm Tim Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, little Friday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on the Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys going to be up after we're done, talking all kinds of different things. They got NFL two-a-days that they're going through. And then Doug Lesmerises is going to join the program coming up at 11:33 as they will talk some Buckeye football with him.
Sounds tremendous.
Yeah, all kinds of good stuff coming up here. I love that the last 10 minutes of an ESPN block, what they're doing on Get Up, is just college football burning questions.
Yeah, the burners.
Which team is under the most pressure to win a national championship? Well, I feel like it's been the same question for the last 3 days.
What coach was on the hot seat? What coach needed to win?
What would it mean if Alabama finishes sixth in the SEC? What would it mean for them, Bob?
I don't know.
Well, they're probably out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not making it at 6. You're not making it in the 5th team in the SEC. You'd have to be the 4. So are you closer to 1 or are you closer to 5?
Ooh, that's
the question.
That's a great question.
That's one of the burners.
It is. It is a burning question. You got going on this weekend?
Oh, take some penicillin for the burning.
Yeah, hopefully it helps you.
That's what Shark told me.
Yeah.
Jimmy
help?
Dugan told me to avoid the clap, Shark. So I don't know. We're going to probably head over to the UA Glenville game tonight.
Nice. Is that home game?
Yeah. No, I'm driving to Cleveland, Beam. Head on over to Cleveland real quick. In and out.
You know what, Bob? I'm so sorry. I misconstrued that. When you said Glenville earlier, I thought you said Granville.
No, Glenville.
Yeah. Okay.
G-L-E-N.
That makes a lot more sense.
They call it the Ville. It's the Tarblooders.
Yes, you know what? I've actually heard of it. When you said it earlier, I'm like, oh, Granville.
Yeah.
No. Okay, no, different Ville, different G-Ville.
So we got that. We got our first football games here this Sunday. I watched a little week 0. Probably watched some of that Florida State and Georgia Tech game Saturday. Enjoy a little bit of the pool. It's supposed to be super hot. Just try to have a good time this weekend. Have some drinks. Got my
last weekend of the off season, man. Yeah, I know you got a game tomorrow though.
We got games on Sunday. We do have XM tomorrow though from 9 to noon.
You say RJ's got a game tomorrow?
Yeah, RJ does have a game tomorrow. Yes,
look at me.
Does.
I know your schedule.
Yeah, well, he has a game tomorrow. McLean's got a lacrosse tournament on Saturday or Sunday too. So of course, we got a lot of stuff. So it'll be a sports heavy weekend, but nothing a couple of libations can't handle.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm going down to Dayton today after the show. Should be fun. Willie's going to get to hang out with some friends and family, maybe even his first Bills trip on the horizon. Should be fantastic. Before we get out of here today, and Uncle Bo is really mad about this. I'm sure that he will bring it up maybe off the top of the show, maybe when they get to the fan poll. I don't know. Now, the reason we did this was for content for him because we knew that he was going to yell at us about this.
Big content king.
And we played a clip from Wedding Crashers, which was terrific. And then subsequently, of course, what we do, Bob, we just started rattling off Wedding Crashers quotes. It's one of the most quotable movies, I think, of this century. I mean, I feel like I know that movie frontwards and backwards. And
it's right in your wheelhouse.
It is. It is.
Age-wise.
Yeah, it's super in the wheelhouse. In our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What is Vince Vaughn's best movie? Now, I mean, I'm looking on his IMDb page. It's a pretty impressive list.
Oh yeah,
of movies.
It's a long and distinguished meme.
And so it's hard to cut down. It's hard to cut down on the movies, because there's only a 3-pack of options there, and then you get the 4th.
I knew with Bo in there, you got to go with the OG to put him on the map with Swingers.
And we didn't. We didn't go with it.
Wait, who's we?
We didn't.
Don't you put me in this? Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
Shark and I outvoted you 2-1. You voted off the island.
I want Bo to know that I had Swingers on there.
You did have Swingers on there
because that's the original.
That's the OG. Vegas, baby, Vegas. So it comes down to Dodgeball, Old School, Wedding Crashers, or if you wanted to vote for Swingers, you could say other.
Dodgeball is really good. I would have to put Swingers, Wedding Crashers, and Old School above Dodgeball.
Where do you rank? How do you rank? How do you rank them? How would you rank those 4?
Dodgeball, I put it at 4th.
Okay,
it's really good. He's good in it, but I feel like he's better in Wedding Crashers and better in Old School and Swingers. So it's tough. It's like the burning questions. Which movie is better?
Yeah.
What is he better in?
What is he? He's the best in Wedding Crashers for me.
Yeah, that's peak Vaughn.
He is probably it's between Dodgeball and Old School for 2 for me. I'd give a slight edge to Old School.
Build Speaker City from the ground up.
Put your earmuffs on. I'd give a slight edge to Old School and then go Dodgeball, and then. Yeah, Swingers is great, Bob, but that's
coming
a little
here getting drunk with college kids and avoiding my wife and family.
That's a little out of my wheelhouse, though. It's a little outside of my wheelhouse.
It is.
Shark, if you were to rank,
have you seen Swingers?
Yes, yeah, I've seen Swingers. Okay. If you were to rank those 4, how would you power rank them?
I would definitely go Wedding Crashers number 1, and then probably Old School. I would go other for number 3. I kind of liked the breakup with Jennifer.
The breakup is really good.
The breakup for Vince Vaughn's performance is probably the movie's good. I don't think the movie's as good as the other ones, but him in it.
Couples Retreat is another really good Vaughn.
Come on the kick drum.
We needed about 7 options on this poll.
We do.
4 Christmases is a great Vince Vaughn movie.
Honestly, that's the one that I watch yearly. I haven't seen Wedding Crashers from tip to finish in a long time. But
I feel like 4 Christmas is on during the holidays, so like whenever it's on, I watch it
every year.
And having different families and doing the 4 Christmases, I do relate to that movie because every time I go back to date and it's like, hey, you got to go see your mom, you got to see your stepdad, you got to go see other family. Like it is a little bit crazy. That's a really solid one. And then before, I mean, his breakout role, Bob, actually technically.
Rudy?
I mean, Swingers came out in 96. Rudy came out in 1993.
Yeah, but Rudy, you wouldn't say Vince Vaughn starred in the movie Rudy.
He was Notre Dame star.
He was.
Vince Vaughn.
And now he's a Notre Dame legend who gets to be on College Game Day and do the picks.
Just out of curiosity, what are the listeners saying?
The listeners saying on the fan poll, Wedding Crashers is a 62%.
Yeah,
other is 14%. Old School is 13%. Dodgeball bringing up the rear at 10. Wedding Crashers by far and away, I think, the best.
That is a very watchable movie, very quotable movie. Like some of his acting isn't even the line delivery; it's just his reactions to what is going on.
It's terrific.
Said snapping. The dinner scene, he hardly talks, but watching his expressions, as like when Grandma spits out some quotes about Eleanor. I don't know. We actually feel that a majority of the people would sympathize.
The painting was a gift, Todd. I'm keeping the painting. Bob, I had so much fun this week. What do you say we reconvene on Monday if they allow us for a big Buckeye game week? How about that?
What exactly is our situation, Beam?
You tell that mean Ocean Toddy. Everybody have a great weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys up next. We're back live on Monday. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is slow this morning. Watch for an accident blocking your right 2 lanes southbound 270 at 670. Westbound 670 at Neal Avenue, an accident blocking your right shoulder. Stalled vehicle blocks westbound 70 at US 33. Westbound US 33 at 270, an accident blocking your right shoulder. I'm Alan Schley for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Oh, look at some NFL season-long player props for the most regular season rushing yards this year. Christian McCaffrey is the favorite at 6-1. Second in the odds is Jonathan Taylor at plus 750. Breece Hall of the Jets is third at 8-1, and Bijan Robinson is plus 950. New teams this year, but Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley are both 10-1 to have the most regular season rushing yards. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Giant Eagle and Market District have deals for school days. Find the savings you need to start the back-to-school season. Return to your routine and save big in the process. Over 1,000 items with incredible low prices throughout the store. Deals for days. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is backed by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax, title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.